This is The Day After. Welcome. Your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And of course, we are hosted by the best people, really. Should we introduce ourselves? What do you want to laugh?
I can't talk, man. I got hiccups.
Shall I introduce you?
Since yesterday. Crazy.
Yes, it's I don't think it's ever going to stop, man.
Shall I introduce you?
Okay, stop.
Can you introduce me today?
Let me introduce you today. We have Margs, straight from the east side, 6 foot plus of pure temptation, sometimes known as Breggiano.
What?
Adriano.
What are you doing?
Brent, they're saying there's no sound.
Is there sound? Oh, so all of that I said. So everything I did was...
That was amazing.
What's going on here?
My man.
Nah, you set me up. I don't appreciate
Big
that.
Mars from the east side of the bridge, 6 foot plus of pure temptation.
No.
What?
No. We need to talk about this. Did you try to silence a black woman, Brent?
Not at all.
What did you do? What part did you mute when I was introducing you?
Nah, it was just a heavy external drive that was pressing on the mute button.
Basically, people in the
You think
comments
I'm
were saying
dumb?
there's no sound in it.
But at what point did he cut it off? So when I did the
No, he
introduction...
didn't cut you off. Just there was no sound from the start.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
No, he didn't do it on purpose.
He did. Brent, look at me and tell me you didn't do it on purpose. You're a liar. You liar. I can tell. Okay, so what have they heard? What did they hear?
Nothing.
They heard his intro.
All right, Brent. I don't trust Brent.
Best way.
Oh, they said they heard Breggiano.
See? So he muted me after I said that.
Oh.
Go on. Introduce yourself. Non-Breggiano. Go on.
They heard it.
It is your favourite shade queen that can never be silenced. My own royalty.
Oracle, voice of reason. You know the vibes, big news.
And they call me, man, pro-black activist.
Okay.
TDA producer, news analyst.
All right.
Melanin jam-packed.
That's it. The streets are saying though, Yusuf, that I might be the new Oracle.
Why?
Because I predicted, I think, 2 things now.
What?
I did the church girl.
That's easy though.
It wasn't easy.
What was the
Because you didn't
church
predict
girl,
it. I can say it's easy. Don't.
Yeah, because you're more engrossed in Beyonce than me. So you're more intuitive when it comes
Sorry,
to Beyonce.
who's Mr. Rotation here?
I don't care about Beyonce.
Neither do I really, actually.
You do.
No, I don't. Not really.
More so than me. Yes.
Destiny Child I care about.
You care about Beyonce more so than me. Not that you care greatly, but more so than me, you do.
Okay, maybe by a point.
Nah, more than a point.
A point.
More than a point.
And then something about JT as well.
What's the JT one?
Lou Uzi Vert. She said, oh yeah, she basically said, because you know I said how he gives off like I hate my life kind of vibe. And then the listener sent it to me and she said, yeah, he's giving off that. She said, I think you're the new Oracle, you know.
You know what, don't worry. You can borrow it for today's episode.
I'm gonna sit in it.
I'll snatch it back later. Don't worry.
How's everyone doing though?
Cool, man. Tired.
Yeah, we're good, man.
Mark's got the hiccups. I'm still quite, I don't know what word it is. I'm just befuddled by the fact that you have hiccups still from yesterday.
Look.
And then Brent told me he has a condition. What is it called? Chronic hiccup?
Yeah.
I suffer from chronic hiccups, people.
Is it because it's happened to you twice? So you didn't suffer from it. It's happened
It
twice.
just happened to be more than twice, Brent.
Yes.
How many times?
Well, it's the second time I've known about it.
Exactly. So it's not chronic, is it? It's not.
No,
You don't
No,
suffer
he
from.
told me about it the first time I heard about it.
Yeah, it's happened to me more than
Yeah.
twice in my life. But why is chronic here? Why is chronic
Yeah.
here? It's not because it happens all the time, yeah. It's
Yeah.
because when it happens,
Yeah. This goes on.
it's constant.
I think that's chronic.
So what?
Is that chronic?
What's the
think it is.
trigger?
What's the trigger?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. That alcohol was a trigger this time.
Okay.
Maybe gave me a bit of because I had like a bit of heartburn or something. What is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me a bit of heartburn and stuff.
And then last time, do you remember what it was, Brent? Since you got medical records.
No, it was probably alcohol again. It's probably alcohol. That is the common denominator.
Is it alcohol's the common denominator? Okay,
Okay.
well, alcohol probably triggers it.
Okay.
But I can't work out if it's like dark alcohol or white alcohol
Yeah, 'cause-
or champagne or wine or tequila.
Might be the
Because you've
most.
been mixing them all.
Could
It's a cocktail.
I'll be drinking everything.
I reckon it's
at one time.
probably champagne.
Yeah, because you
know,
got bubbles.
Yeah. Like hiccups and bubbles, they go hand in
Hand in
hand.
hand, yeah.
It could be the champagne, you know.
Yeah.
I think it might
I'm
be
sure
that.
you were drinking Ace, innit?
Come on, man.
Apparently everyone gets.
Something like.
Apparently everyone gets. I heard everyone gets a bottle of free Ace.
Not everybody. Everybody who's somebody.
Okay, cool. Not every single
Good
guest.
distinction.
Not every single guest, but he selects a group of people and they all get a bottle on entry.
Elite. No, it's not an entry. You're having your time of your life.
It gets presented to you.
They bring the bottle over to you.
Yeah, and you just get presented with a bottle.
Okay.
Like, here you go, young sir. Here's a bottle.
You're
of
going to be
Ace.
unbearable when you're upper class,
Because
you know? You're going
everyone-
to piss. We're going
everyone
to get
was
to
holding the
Mark's house,
bottle.
going to be in a robe.
Everyone's holding the bottle like trophies.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is.
they're taking pictures with it as well, actually.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets a bottle.
yeah,
of
you
Ace.
know
Everybody
what I mean?
that got
Everybody,
one, babes.
everyone who had one.
We've established that.
Everyone who had one.
Yeah, because it's a badge of honor.
How much was that bottle?
Of Ace. How much does Ace cost?
I don't know how much is a bottle of Ace. You have to Google that shit. And it's probably more in the club as well. So it's expensive, a bottle of Ace, isn't it?
Mm.
Come on, man.
Is it nice?
I think so. I like all champagne.
I think so.
I like more champagne. By the time I was drinking champagne, I was mixing drinks. Everything tasted the same.
Mm.
Could have been gin in that bowl.
Is someone Googling how much this costs?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ace of Spades.
I'm very-
It's
I'm very-
And then the
expensive.
retail's going to be different from club prices and things.
Oh yeah, club prices
Normal
are-
retail's like Selfridges like 300.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
for a single bottle.
Yeah,
Is that why they're holding it with pride in that?
Yeah.
All right, it's okay. I'll send it to you there.
But their outfits cost more than £300, so.
What's that?
Their outfits cost more than £300, so.
I don't get the comparison.
That they're holding with, Brent said, is that why they're holding with pride? But compared to the outfit,
You said they should have more pride in what they was wearing and things.
Yeah, but that's a bottle.
Yeah, I'm
of
saying
alcohol,
yeah, but I don't think they should hold it with so much pride because it's not.
though. You know, I agree with you, but
Because in their background, that's not nothing. That's not that expensive. Do you get what I mean?
No, but it's not that. But they might have been holding it because last year
They weren't.
they might never got that bottle. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's certain man who was there,
Didn't get a bottle.
who's been like looking for a bottle, just waiting.
Does Loons get a bottle?
Of course,
Okay.
yeah, let's go, bottle. No, man, no pays to the Ross Crowd world, man. You don't understand.
No, I mean, no, not that you guys were sharing the bottle. He had his own bottle.
No, Loons had his own bottle.
Okay. What about Billy the Goat?
I never see Billy with a bottle.
Okay.
I can't remember who had bottles and who didn't have bottles, but I remember I had a bottle,
Yeah.
and that's all that matters.
Were there any girls with bottles? It was just random. I didn't see any girls holding. And girls don't hold bottles anyway. So they didn't
Yeah,
have a bottle.
I don't
they
know.
would
I
put it
think
down.
they might have had drinks, but for real, the girls ain't really
Yeah,
gonna be
girls.
flex.
Yeah, girls don't hold bottles. Girls will just pull the cup, the glass, and put the bottle
Yeah,
down.
but just don't make a
Whereas
scene.
you
innit?
lot are all like,
Yeah, use the wearing like it's your flipping.
How? Well, I could drink from the bottle. If I'm moving around, it's my drink. It's in my hand, innit?
Yeah,
if I'm
girls-
holding,
yeah, we don't
it,
drink from the bottle like that.
if I'm holding it and it's closed, then maybe that's different. But I'm drinking, so
How many bottles were you handed?
I was just handed one.
All right, okay.
someone's
Reckon
asking,
someone else
someone's,
was
someone's asking if you're still drunk.
What now?
Okay. No, he's not burst.
Sober as judge.
He said no. You're like, no, it's not, guys.
I'm looking at it like I'm talking to the fucking screen. Innit?
That's what you said. He was like, no, it's not, guys.
I'm sober as a judge. I promise you.
Do you think there's someone else who was handed 1+ bottles? So maybe there's like
Exactly.
elite and then there's like
Thank
elite
you.
plus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Anytime, babes.
maybe, but we haven't been made aware of that yet.
Also,
So,
also there's
so
various,
it's not a thing
there's
yet.
various sizes of Ace of Spades bottles. Some people have had bigger bottles. than
Ooh,
others.
maybe the Magnum.
That's true. T.O. Wayne had the Magnum.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was the gold one, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all gold.
No, I saw someone holding the purple one.
Oh,
I think that person Bel Air.
was that Pepper Ace? Was it Ace?
It was like, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
but-
there is an elite plus.
Okay, cool. So there is an elite plus then, because I never got a Magnum bottle.
Oh, was it?
I reckon
What-
next
what
year you're
type-
getting a
what type
Magnum.
did you get?
This is just a normal
Okay.
regulation.
Do you,
size.
do you hope to upgrade to Magnum one day?
I don't know the trust with a Magnum. Can I tell you why?
God.
Because look what you were doing on the
Yeah.
on the
like,
bottle you had.
I don't want to say you
You
acted
feel like the
fool,
wildest guy in the party.
but you were in everyone's business.
Why does people act like I was
Like
doing anything?
you basically, so you know stuff like this. Yeah, I feel like there's some kind of mystery to it that people outside the club don't know what's going on in the club.
Yeah.
You were the in-club correspondent,
He was
so you let everyone outside the club
See
know
what's
what's going on.
he was
inside.
snitching ass marks.
Do
Basically.
you get me? So it may be that you kind of capped
No.
your one ball.
I played my part. I'm the people's champ. You get me? And I wasn't even doing. Everyone's moving like I was doing extra stuff. I wasn't even doing nothing extra. I was doing my normal shit. I just don't post a lot. You
Yeah,
get what I'm trying to say?
But maybe, I mean, seeing as you didn't tag TDA in
Alright, you didn't tag-
anything.
That's the first thing I noticed. I said, Brent's going to be pissed off.
Yeah, because wait, seeing as you didn't tag TDA in anything, maybe next year, if you're not going to tag TDA again,
Don't do that.
just go back to you being the way you are, but not recording it.
Okay.
Because people even went out there. You started a challenge, Marks.
What, the Bridgiano challenge?
Yeah. I saw these two girls doing a challenge. Like, they were reenacting. I said,
Oh, yeah, no.
man.
Those are your friends, no?
That's a loose term.
Okay.
They are people I am aware of.
You made me sick.
Yeah, those are my associates, is what he's saying.
He said that people I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Because the way they done it quick, like, you know what I mean? So I thought, okay, these must be your
No,
pals.
yeah, because they're being rude. No, exactly. You would think that, innit?
Yeah.
Nah, they're mugging me.
You think what?
Like,
They
they're
were my
pals, 'cause
dogs.
They were quick to reenact it and post it like they're his
it
brethren.
was.
No,
LOL.
I'm mugging them. Emilio's super cool. Yeah, but that was funny. That was jokes.
Yeah.
Pick them up. I'm all for it. I don't know why everybody thinks I'm stressed and all that.
No, we know you're not stressed.
Yeah,
People know you're
I
not
don't
stressed.
think it's something to stress about.
Nah,
People
don't.
know for a fact.
No.
People think you're stressed about it.
No, many people don't know me. My tweets and stuff. There's people who think I'm damn bad.
Oh, really?
There's people who think I'm in the mud.
Oh, they need
Like,
to
stressed
watch
out and
TDA,
shit.
boy. They will
think-
know the real Marks.
Do you think
Okay.
her and Ben have had a conversation about it?
I don't think so. No, it's not.
No, serious, like a
Not even a
like
thing.
a little
No, I
laugh
don't
about
think
it.
so.
To be fair, the grace to you though, I did say yesterday that I did see a couple of people that acted that were like living it up, but they just didn't have someone who I really like. I'm not gonna say his name just because it's market, but
Well,
He
was-
looked very-
He was living up at the party.
yeah.
But-
But he wasn't videoing it.
Oh, okay.
But he was on the same level as Mark. So don't say who after I said I can't say who as if
Yeah,
we're
but
live.
all you're saying is someone was having fun at a party.
No, but see, even on
that's
the
actually-
level, what level was I on? What was I doing? You need to explain to me. 'Cause I was just videoing the ambience.
Did you ever watch this back?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
And you still felt like you were just videoing ambience.
Yeah, just
Okay, that's
in the
great.
moment, just showing the man them some of the gang them that was going on in the dance. Like,
Okay.
I thought that's like normal
No,
shit.
you did nothing wrong.
My commentary.
It was entertaining.
It was insane, yeah.
And if you didn't do it, no one would have done. No one done anything. I didn't see anyone else's.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fun,
No one else, yeah.
fun snaps.
But
making
nobody
rounds.
could do what Marks does, to be honest.
And that's and I think yeah.
Why'd you say that?
Like, you're just a consummate entertainer, like just by default.
I think if anyone else tried to do what you did, they might have they wouldn't got an invite next year.
Yeah.
But because and that's again speaks to your elitist name because only you can do it, really and truly.
That's what I thought.
Anyone else did that,
I don't even, when you're saying that I did that, I still don't even realize what I done.
you just had a lot of fun.
I think Loons could have done what you did. 'Cause he's.
Oh my
you know what I mean?
gosh, I saw a tweet.
What?
Someone said, I think it was Billy the Goat.
I don't
And he
know,
was
tweet.
saying how basically, what was it? Was it like Mai was saying
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
news
how
about
funny
some,
is
like,
it?
no,
How
him-
funny he is
yeah,
on
how
it.
funny he is and stuff like that. And he was like, oh yeah, I had your picture up in when I was in jail. I said, oh, dear.
Did he?
I think he did, yeah. I've heard that story before.
I believe Loons. I don't see Loons as a someone who just makes something up. I think he spoke from the heart with that one. I said, oh dear.
Poster girl
But
mine.
apparently someone was like, how did she react? She was like, she just laughed and just
That was fun, man. You are crazy if you don't think I was even trying to shoot a shot. Maya's my brother. She's been my friend for over 10 years, man. That's calm.
Mm.
I was just saying she's my babe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, love to see it.
Believe
Love
it,
to
man.
see. But before we get on with the show, do subscribe to our channel. You guys love the content, so why not subscribe? But yeah, let's get into our first headline.
Did we find out from Marks who was the best dressed male and female?
Oh yes, yeah, we had that.
Oh yeah, we went through the GRM Daily's
The
Instagram
looks.
innit, and we assessed everyone's outfit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you should have been here, but obviously you wasn't here.
It was my son's birthday, man. So
Yeah, happy birthday to your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Marks.
we crowned. Well, I think we all individually crowned two before.
Yeah.
Best dressed, but who was yours?
Best female for me will be Gina,
I said the same.
and best male.
Outside of yourself, Marks.
Oh
Also, did you and Luz get both your suits from Marks?
no,
Because his suit looked like the blue version of yours.
his was single-breasted. Mine was double-breasted.
I know that, but I just mean the actual.
We didn't even
That
we
style.
didn't even communicate what we was wearing to
Yeah,
each
okay.
other. We just linked up, and that was the
Okay.
energy. It was quite cool.
Mm.
But best male. What male there?
Yours was Merkson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yours was Merkson. I
No.
said who would I have wanted to dress like, and I said Lethal.
Lethal was cold, topless,
Yeah.
with the Cuban.
Who was yours, man?
Mine was out of Lethal and Anthony Yard.
Yeah.
Tion looked clean as well.
We were debating Tion's outfit.
I like Rimsey's jacket. Rimsey's jacket in real life looked proper. Rimsey looked cool. His jacket was cold. So I would say either Rimsey. You know what? Lethal done it still. Lethal come through topless.
I'm telling you, man.
I was feeling Lethal's swag.
It looked nice
Because it was
after,
hot. It was just the audacity.
And
it was
the
just,
drop.
it was just the
Even-
audacity.
even
The
the
topless
trou-
thing was
The
cold.
trousers, the way the trousers dropped as well. They were like loose, baggy kind of trousers.
I was just thinking about people that stand out. Lethal, Tion, K-Trap looked cool, but it weren't like traditional black tie. But he did look cool though. Lethal's not a bad one. Obviously, outside of myself, I think I was really sharp. You get me?
Yeah, you did
Should've
good.
got honorable
Yeah, but we
mention.
didn't want to be biased, you know.
That's not bias, man. It's nepotism. You gotta.
Someone asked, is there food at the gala? You guys eat or is it just drink?
I didn't eat, but there was like canopies and that,
Okay.
little sliders and stuff going around.
Okay.
There was food, yeah.
Okay.
There was food. They made sure there was food there. The only thing they didn't worry about was seating for the gal them. Their foot must have been bun up.
Really, there was no
Yeah.
seats.
Not a lot of it like that, no. And that's all that standing up for hours.
Crap.
Some girls was in the mud.
Right.
Some of them hills were thin, smaller than my pinky.
Yeah, those are the ones that
Serious.
had the worst, you know.
Thin and tall. And you get standing up for hours. BBL and everybody.
Okay.
Listen,
What's a BBL on everybody?
you trust me?
BBL and all.
Oh, there was a pandemic in there.
Mm.
Some good jobs though. Shouts out the doctors. There was good jobs in there.
What's that?
Good
Was
quality
that
work.
for your sober eyes or your drunk eyes?
Both.
Really? Okay.
No, there was good work in there. Some good
Okay.
jobs.
Okay.
I think one of those three girls that you were panning to, one of them, like, she was drop heavy.
I could see that.
Christopher.
I could see that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely is actually.
Yeah.
She was alright though.
Brent, please, first headline.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention, because there's people that weren't really in the stories and that. Yeah. Do you see Flex Godap's outfit?
No, I didn't actually.
Was he in the red joint?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very flamboyant.
Nice,
Very.
okay.
If you go to his page, you'll see it. Someone reminded me because they mentioned it on the comments. So yeah.
Some people really can't dress. No,
Mm.
we need to put that.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
sorry.
we
Huh?
did.
West dress. I gave it to Billy. I'm sorry.
It's not fair because Billy's young.
I don't care, man.
for
When
me
I
it
was
was-
young, I could dress.
For me, it's NSG.
Billy
Do you know
wasn't the
clock?
worst.
Oh, yeah,
That looks like.
Was that?
Yeah, Billy wasn't the worst. No, wait.
You know,
Nah.
it was the
Is it-
first Don from NSG, the
Yeah,
one
Yeah,
on
do
the
you know?
outside.
Do you know how clocked it was? He reminded me of a village headmaster in Nollywood films. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I don't remember what they look like.
That's what he reminded me
Who,
of. There's a
NSG?
meme
Yeah.
that he looks like.
Show me.
There's a meme that he actually looks like. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. It hit me yesterday at 1 a.m.
I was supposed to meet the rest of them. I spoke to a couple of them over there.
with the NSGs.
Yeah.
Look what I asked if you've done any networking.
It's the one with his ankle, his knees out. Like, how do you do that?
Did you pre-drink as well?
No, I didn't actually.
Mm.
No. I was straight.
You have to
They
bear
was
with
have
me,
given
I-
you like
skip through these bits.
obviously drinks on arrival and that
Mm.
Prosecco's. From I got there, I was cracking on. I was ready to go. I was ready to fly.
Yeah, Prosecco, champagne. Gets the people going.
Mm.
Gets the people going.
Tequila shots.
Mm.
Mm.
Can you find it? Isn't it on the page?
I'm looking for Jerome Daly's page. Let me go to NSG's page.
Wait, the who? I'm not giving no one worse dressed. I'm just want to say that some people's suits weren't fitting right.
Mm-hmm.
With
Yeah.
Some people, just because you got money in designer on doesn't
Don't mean-
necessarily-
No,
Exactly.
The picture on
Yeah.
their page doesn't show that brother's outfit properly.
Okay.
Because he's,
You get me?
yeah, but yeah.
I'll find out,
NSG.
show you.
Shout out NSG anyway.
Like, obviously, that's what I'm trying to say. I think it's them things there. Obviously, it's a big event, innit? It's like
Mhm.
sometimes you want to leave your mark. Sometimes you want to make a scene in it.
Yeah.
You get me? But
Yeah.
that could go so wrong,
They definitely made a scene, I'll tell you
100%.
that.
especially when you do it intentionally. The best
Mhm.
scenes to make are when you do it unintentionally.
Yep.
This is it.
When you
Oh, there
go
it
out of your
is.
way to make a scene, it can
Mhm.
get
You found
you know, like so wrong.
Yep.
So yeah, the bread on the far side.
With the kneecaps
shorts,
out.
With the shorts.
Oh God,
Yeah. And that's that on that.
that's what Mary had to do there.
They're okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He went for it.
Really did. Really did. But yeah, all right, let's get into the first headline for the third time.
Okay, so Sajid Javid endorses Liz Truss over Rishi Sunak.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not going
So
against your own.
He would say, who's my own? All British.
What's
Yeah.
the point?
So, Sajid Javid has endorsed Liz Truss in a damaging blow for Rishi Sunak's campaign, warning that Sunak's economic prescription would mean sleepwalking into a high-tax, low-growth economy. A poll from the Conservatives also gave a boost to Truss's campaign, putting her 32 points ahead with party members, a day after YouGov showed similar results. The endorsement of Javid again exposed the major divides in the two campaigns over economic growth on the eve of the Bank of England's interest rates announcement. Javid, who worked with Sunak in the Treasury and resigned on the same day, which triggered Boris Johnson's downfall, said Truss was best placed to reunite the party and said a new approach to the economy was needed, which kind of sounds like a shot at Sunak. In an article for The Times, Javid wrote, "I fought for strong fiscal rules in our last manifesto, but the circumstances we are in require a new approach. Over the long term, we are more likely to be fiscally sustainable by improving trend growth. Only by getting growth back to pre-financial crisis levels can we hope to support the high-quality public services people rightly expect." Javid's article directly challenged Sunak's claim that tax cuts would be inflationary. Some claim that tax cuts can only come once we have growth. I believe the exact opposite. Tax cuts are a prerequisite for growth. Tax cuts now are essential. There are no risk-free options in government. However, in my view, not cutting taxes carries an even greater risk. He said the government was sleepwalking into big state, high tax, low growth, social democratic style model, which risked us becoming a middle income economy by the 2030s with the loss of global influence and power. Sunak and Javid were once considered close allies, though they came into conflict once Javid returned to the cabinet and clashed over health spending. So yeah, that's the first headline.
You got beef, yeah?
Yeah, it seems so. Everybody's trying to choose sides and, try and secure a job in it.
My man's lost
That's
anyway.
true.
Think so? Sunak.
Who's Sunak?
Mm.
I don't think he's gonna win.
Okay. So the next headline, trigger warning. This is about the Archie Battersbee case again.
Mhm.
The family of Archie Battersbee have secured a reprieve of up to 24 hours after submitting an application to the European Court of Human Rights to prolong his life. Just 120 minutes before his life support was to be removed, they basically declared, we will not give up on Archie until the end.
There's no brain function, no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, completely. Yeah. The 12-year-old's mother, Holly Dance, and father, Paul Battersbee, have been holding a vigil by his bedside at the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel overnight, where doctors were planning to turn off his ventilator at 11 a.m. yesterday. The family have now made an emergency application to the ECHR in Strasbourg. Archie's legal team believe a decision could take up to 24 hours, but may be made earlier, and the hospital will wait for the result. Archie's lawyers argue that stopping treatment would be in breach of the UK's obligations under Articles 10 and 12 of the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities, the right to life and equal recognition before the law, and Article 6 of the UN Convention on the Rights of Children, that every child has the inherent right to life. Bart's NHS Trust then confirmed that they would no longer turn off his life support at 11 a.m. yesterday. A spokesman said, "We will make no changes to Archie's care until the outstanding legal issues are resolved." Ms. Dance said, "We are very relieved. We are having to battle every decision with the hospital. We now hope and pray that the ECHR will look favourably on the application. We will not give up on Archie until the end." His mother also claims that doctors in Japan, Italy and Turkey have now offered to treat him. She said, "I'm now considering options to move him outside the UK."
Treat him for what?
Treat,
though?
say treat for what?
Like, respectfully, but
Yeah.
No, obviously it's hard on that and they don't want to let go, but I just think,
it's not like. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
I don't
treat him
think
for
people
what?
should be indulging this kind of behaviour because we're not even thinking about all the all the aspects of this. Like, I don't know, like they could have. Has anybody lost their lives while they've been waiting for that space in the hospital and stuff like that?
Yeah,
they made the
exactly.
decision
That's a good
ages
point.
ago.
Yeah.
They done the test. It's not like they're being. It's not like they're.
It's not like it's just like they happen. It's okay. Just turn it off. Like they've exhausted all options. It appears.
Yeah.
So it's
All
like.
the doctors are saying the same thing. That he's brain dead.
So what do
Obviously
Italians and Turkish and Japanese know that we don't know here?
Who knows?
I think they're within their rights to feel however they're feeling, innit? And
Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
After the first time, though, once they made their decision, I think they should have just accepted it to double back and then go back to the European Court of Appeal and
Like they keep appealing.
because they keep doing this stuff and none of it's going to bring
What's that,
it
the
back.
fourth appeal, maybe?
Yeah.
So if faced with the same position, what would you guys do?
If I was in the same position,
Yeah,
as in this is my child,
yeah.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. If there's nothing that can be done, I believe healing can start once this is concluded, if that makes sense. So if I'm hearing from the doctor, there's nothing that can be done and all that kind of stuff. Because I've also got to consider, if something can be done, what state is my child going to live in? Do you get what I mean? Is the child going to be in pain all the time? Like, I will think of all those things. But I think that sometimes, obviously, it's difficult, but sometimes accepting these things is the hard part. But then healing can start when you have closure on a matter. So, honestly, I think I may have appealed the first one just to make sure. Maybe, okay, if I pull a second time, but I think at some point now I've got to face reality. Like, I'm someone who I like to face reality. And then this is what I'm presented with. Okay, how am I moving forward? Because nothing can be done. I'm just stalling, and I think I'm giving myself false hope of something that's not likely to happen.
Anything like that's just a logical decision for me. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't change. It doesn't change what the situation is because I'm a logical person. I'm not like that. If you told me someone is essentially dead and you just need the permission for me to allow them to die, that's not even a hard decision. You just told me
they're already dead.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? You just told me that. So
What if let's just say a doctor who said, you know what, outside my role as being a professional for this particular hospital, I've seen or I've read about a situation similar to this where this person came back basically.
I'll go and report him to the who are they called? What's the
File a complaint.
I'll go and report him to the board. He's not supposed to. Don't do this shit. You think I'm a fucking idiot.
Unless you know for I can't lie to you.
Why are you telling me this shit for? I'll report him to the health board. Or you lose your license, man. You idiot.
I think unless you know for a fact that has happened, I don't think you should sell me extra drinks.
Yeah, I think you should.
Because really and truly, you're even cheeky. Do you know you're cheeky? You're cheeky because you're putting on reports that my poor baby is not here anymore. But then behind the scenes, you're telling me this. No, I put it on the reports so that way I don't have to make the hard decision. Do you get me?
Remember, it's not like
Speak
brain
up.
damage, because people make that decision and that's totally different. If someone's going to be brain damaged but they're going to survive, that's a totally different decision to make. Whether you like the aftercare and whether you can be with it and all this kind of stuff, it could be a bit more selfish, not even about the person, whatever. Totally different scenario, though. But if they're saying someone's brain dead, that's irreversible.
Yeah, because what life is going to have even if the Turkish can resurrect him?
It can't. That technology don't exist.
No, but the Japanese, Italians, and Turkish are saying they've got something.
Yeah, but when they're clutching at straws,
And why haven't they said it all this time anyway? Maybe they just discovered it. But yeah, I mean, if they can do something, then I hope that they're able to step in for the family before they turn off here, and they can do something.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it's not even that. Don't be sending people dreams, man. Do you know what I mean? That is hard enough as it is.
Yeah, it's difficult, man. Wish them all the best. Man.
Yeah, that's it.
Man.
That's what we can do.
Okay.
All right, let's get into what you're saying, our topic of the day.
Okay. Topic of the day. How secure are you in your convictions? So I'm going to read a quote from... What happened?
Sorry, Rap. It's just a funny question, seeing what this room is like and what conversations are like in this room.
Quote from the great Nigerian Yoruba writer Wole Soyinka. He said, "I don't know any other way to live but to wake up every day armed with my convictions, not yielding them to the threat of danger and to the power and force of people who might despise me." So the question again, how secure are you in your convictions? Have you interrogated yourself, and how kindly do you argue your point, belief system, or feelings with basically other people? Yeah. So,
why are you looking at me for?
Are you secure enough in your kindness towards other people to hold a fiercely opposing view of life and thoughts, to present your case well, and even if they don't see it your way, to laugh and still chill with them? So basically, if you're in a situation where, I don't know, a close, a friend, family member, whatever it may be, you have opposing views. Are you so passionate where, because they hold the exact opposite view to you, and you feel like, you know what, this is something that's so serious to me, right? But outside of that conversation, you can still be friends with them. You can still be like cool with them.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it depends what their view is,
Yeah,
though,
depends
innit?
what
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Yeah, it depends what the conversation
So
is about.
basically, are there certain things that you
Yeah.
say, now that I know your view, we're done.
If you're pro pedophilia,
Yeah,
That's a crazy example, but I hear you.
no, it's
Yeah.
not though, because there's actually talks of
Well, there's people. Well,
there's
obviously
people fighting for rights that pedophilia is just it's a type. So it's not. I think in 10 years time, 15 years time,
No, yeah.
we don't know what that life could be like. So that's
Depends what we're arguing about. If
I've seen people argue because they're pro-Trump.
I've got a friend who is pro pedophilia or pro, something of that extreme sense, then
You gotta go.
I'll definitely look at them in a completely different way and I'll definitely distance myself from them.
Let's not go to the extremes.
Yeah.
Let's take the Trump example. If
I'm
you
just doing
are
a you,
on
Brent.
if you are on opposite sides of the political argument,
Mm.
can you basically have your argument, make your points, and even though the person disagrees with you, even though the person's trying to get you to believe what they believe, can you still basically have them as like a friend?
I can.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why I can.
having opposing views doesn't mean you can't be friends.
Yeah, because I think what I do, right, I choose peace every corner of life. And there's some people where we've had conversations like it could be about anything in life. And I realize that our views are so different and they're so convicted in what they're saying. I'm obviously convicted in what I'm saying. Obviously, I think I'm right. Some things it's clear that I'm right in this conversation. But I think I just choose what conversation I can have with someone. So say it's a politics stance, for example. I just know that since you're so strong in what you're thinking, I'm strong in what I'm thinking. Honestly, moving forward, I just want to have conversations with you about politics. I don't tell my mom about politics. I don't talk to her about politics at all. Because sis is strong in what she believes. I'm not going to say what she believes in. I don't want to come from my mama. But she is strong in what she believes in that I don't talk to her about politics. Christmas time, do you know what I said? I said, right, Christmas Day, here are the conversations that we will not be having. No politics. Not UK politics. Not Nigerian politics. Nothing about Yoruba land. Nothing. I said all of that stuff, no. Nothing about other conversations I said, in my house that I can't really say on here that we wouldn't be having as well. Because again, it's about choosing peace. So I can be cool with you and whatever, but I just know that there's certain areas of there's certain things I would tap out and I just wouldn't speak to. And there's sometimes I have conversations with certain people and they don't see certain things, especially like the older generation. They don't see certain things the way it is, black and white. Because obviously, I feel like today we've got better knowledge than they kind of did. There's a lot of conditioning and stuff that they've experienced when they were younger. Even when I was at the hairdressers over the weekend as well, and there was like obviously older women there and whatever, and I was explaining to them about consent, what it is, and like trigger warning, rape and stuff, and they were like, yeah, but when you're married, is he really rapey? I said, yes, auntie, he is. So even that, like, I've had to educate people, but then there's some people I've had that conversation with, and there's so wrong shit I know. If it's your husband, he has a right to. So people like that, I'm not gonna have that conversation with you. I will see you differently, just because I would look at you differently, but not look at you differently to the point where like I don't like you. It's just I know that certain things me and you cannot discuss because you raise my high blood pressure and I'm not ready to go yet.
Okay.
I don't mind people having different opinions on things. I think 'cause anything like that where I wouldn't like them would be something proper serious.
Yeah.
Where it's like majority of people wouldn't
Like you for anyway.
like
Yeah.
you for, if that makes sense. Like it's gonna be like proper serious stuff.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It can't just be a difference in opinion.
Yeah.
No matter how strongly our differences are, but do you get what I'm saying?
Do you ever, Max? Do you ever test people's actual resolve with the argument that there is?
Always. I always test. I want
Why
to
is
see
that
how,
important to you?
because I just want to see how serious you are, but like how much you're gonna stand on what you're saying. I want to see how much you believe what you're saying. If you don't even believe what you're saying, I can't even digest the argument. You know what I'm trying to say? So let's see. But I'm different. I like arguing, innit? I like pushing people to the limit and pushing people to the breaking point. So you're saying like what your mum, like what you wouldn't want to do. I would revel in that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm not gonna.
It'd be interesting if you had a
I'm
conversation.
not gonna move. You know what I'm trying to say?
because
Like,
she's the exact same. So it'd be very interesting.
Yeah, so-
Someone's gonna have to move.
no one. Well, it's not me, so I don't mind.
And it's not her, that's the thing. So what happens
Yeah,
then?
but I'll be moving like Iron Man. I could do this all day. You know what I'm
and
trying to
so
say?
can she.
But then I start using dark arts and different tactics and start trying to wind you up and start trying to
That's Captain America, not Iron Man.
same thing,
Sorry.
You get me? Same shit. And these times, but I'll start trying to throw you off your game. I'll start trying to wind you up. I'll start trying to You get me? Start poking at you and trying to.
Yeah, but don't you think that when you start doing that, you've lost?
No, because I'm doing it so subtly, I'm still calm and controlled. I've won when you can't talk no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you can't articulate yourself and you're so angry and you can't function, I've won. Because I'm still here prepared to sit down and talk to you.
No, but arguably though, the fact that you think you're coming strong on your point, someone else coming strong on their point, you now thinking, let me throw you off your game. Doing that is because you're recognizing that you could lose.
No, but the whole point of an argument, is to like to persuade someone, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's not about what it is; it's about how it looks. So even in our conversation here, you could be wrong, but if your argument's persuasive and you sway them, it looks like you're right. So the facts doesn't matter. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I need to get you off your game and make you start stuttering and start talking, bringing up other things and looking weak and then pulling holes in your finger and that, because I want to look like I'm right. It doesn't matter if I really am right. I just want to win at the moment. You get me? I just want to dominate.
Should have gone into law.
What was I going to say? So your aims of arguments is to make that person believe in what you're saying, or for them to change their mind and believe in what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of. Even if they don't even change their mind, they need to understand that what I'm saying is like, right. I'm right. You get what I'm trying to say?
Even if if you're arguing about something factual, then fair. But if you're arguing opinions, then you're not right.
I don't argue opinions a lot of the time.
So you
because we can go along all day. Just don't argue opinions.
Then factual conversations, they only last so long. Then
you say that but people are crazy.
Exactly,
This is what's wrong with the world. Like, people are crazy.
It's how you perceive a fact.
Yeah, but you've got Google though. Depends what the fact is. But if something is like, for example, if it's maths, I'm not saying maths, but if something is like, there's an actual answer.
Yeah.
All you got to do is do the research and then the answer.
Look at that dress. Remember that dress that was blue one day and gold the other day?
Yeah.
But that's very different, man.
That's fucked up. I've seen that 2 different colours as well.
That's like optical illusion shit. Like,
but it's still what they're seeing.
I know.
To them, it's fact, and
because
many
I know
other
what I
people
saw.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, and when I say I don't argue opinions, there's certain
you do argue opinions.
No, but there's certain opinions. Like, it depends on what the topic of conversation is, isn't it? Like, because if something's open ended and you have an opinion and you like something, I like something, it don't make sense going back and forth all day. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, because it's just open and like, it's just our opinions. We're just gonna go back and forth. Why is it ever gonna change? You know what I'm trying to say? If it's like a stance on something, then that's different. Because obviously we've got different opinions. But then I can try and convince you to understand why my stance is how my stance is.
Yeah.
So obviously in that sense I can argue that opinion. But something open ended about what I like and what you like, or like that's just all right, cool, whatever. I'll just agree to disagree.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I mean, I don't mind arguing opinions. My aim isn't for the person to agree with me. It's just for them to understand where I'm coming from and why I think what I think. You know, my aim is not to beat you down until you say, you know what, Yusuf, you're right.
no, I want to teach you, Mama. I want
More
to teach
so,
you. I want to help
what
you.
I'm saying?
I want to show you that you was wrong, and I want to teach you the right way so you could be better and move forward. Like, I can't just leave you to walk around thinking this stupidness.
No,
Get me?
Yeah, but if someone's opinion to me is completely deluded, then obviously I'll have more, motivation to try to convince them otherwise. If I really think that you're actually wrong in this thought, fair enough. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I hate arguing opinions.
And that's why it was fun, because two people can feel that. Two people can feel like that about the same thing.
Yeah.
That you are both crazy and they're dead serious.
Yeah.
It's mad. And I tell people all the time, that's exactly what's wrong with the world. Everybody's got opinions.
Yeah.
And they're just free. You get me? And apparently we're all entitled to one and whatever. You get me?
That's such a dictator. It's crazy.
You don't think that people should be entitled to opinions?
Of course.
No.
You heard the question.
No, not everybody, man. I think educated opinions are important. Some people say some stupid things and think some stupid things, and we just shouldn't be allowed to put it out there into the atmosphere. I just don't know. Words in that are powerful. No, everybody should be entitled to just speak your place. That's why internet stuff's so dangerous. Everybody's got these platforms that can just come and just talk and say what they want. No, not everybody. Yeah, anybody can just go but no, you shouldn't. Just feeding this shit to people, because there's some people out there, that are buying and feeding to what you're saying. You understand? You're making people worse. Yeah. You get me? You don't even know. It's the blind leading the blind. You're walking around over there chatting shit. I can see you are leading yourself to destruction. It's ridiculous.
But you know what's so funny is that there's someone somewhere.
So you think that like me?
Yes.
Yeah, but they're wrong though.
But they're like, you're leading Achilles to foolishness. And it's funny that you're saying this.
No, but this is what
when you could be someone's exhibit A.
But this is my point where I said, what's wrong with the world? This is the problem. This is the whole problem. Because you're proper not wrong.
Oh,
there's definitely someone, maybe even in the chat now, looking at me saying, you are a psychopath and you're the problem with the world.
Why are you going so far as a chat?
Okay, fair enough.
So this is the reason why, yeah. I mentioned this like on my pod ages ago, yeah. That I believe.
No, we can't find the episodes too.
Yeah, sorry about that. That I believe we need to have a weighted voting system. I believe everyone should have a vote, but I don't believe everyone should have the same power in votes. So basically, for example, say, because how many times would you ask somebody about a particular thing and you know, they've told you they don't know anything about that particular thing and you take their opinion? You know what I'm saying? You just wouldn't do it. So it's kind of like, for example, politicians, they ask everybody to vote on a particular party.
Yeah.
Most people don't know anything about the policies.
That's true.
Why are we allowing everyone to have the same vote?
That's true though.
Yeah, but
What?
so basically, people, do you think that people should have certain knowledge to be able to vote?
Yes, 100%.
But then everyone has access to said knowledge, so
See, this is the thing. I don't know 100% how we would carry it out. But what I believe is everyone should have access, the choice to access this knowledge, and in some way be tested on the knowledge. Not if you think it's right or wrong, but just that you know about this particular thing. If that makes sense.
okay.
Question, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Ebony Onyx says everyone should have an opinion, but not everyone should be able to say them out loud. Do you agree with that?
It's the same kind of thing. It's similar sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if your opinions are, you know, like detrimental and wrong and hateful, you know what I mean, then I think you should keep it to yourself.
It takes all different types to make the world go around. The world, this is like, it's crazy. Because remember, we just like what we like, innit? So the things that we like, what we like to entertain us is what we watch or read. The people around us is people that things that we don't like, we block out to us. So we're not even aware of the fuckery that's going on in the world. You get me? We're not even aware how fucked up this place is. Like there's people are crazy.
You know, the world's fucked.
You get me? Like people are crazy. Not everybody's normal and sane. Like I say, you think everybody's normal and sane because that's what you.
No, I don't.
That's what you like. No, that's what you surround yourself with. Though, for the most part, you're not interacting with idiots.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So you don't understand how stupid these are.
It's true. No, I know. No, the world is stupid, and every single fucked up thing that is imaginable on this earth is happening somewhere.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry, Emmanuel. I need you to answer that question.
Yeah, no.
It speaks
Sorry,
to freedom of speech, right?
I don't think people should be censored. No.
Okay.
100% I believe you need freedom of speech. There's always going to be a time in human existence where someone's opinion that you thought was completely stupid ends up being the truth. People thought at one point in time you could walk off the planet full off the edge. You know what I'm saying? People thought like everything was just flat. Like people were censored for all these things. So, you know what I'm saying? That now...
Or better than that, the flip side of that is, to makes your example better, is that the people were ridiculed for saying it was round.
Yeah. There you go.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
you
I'm saying.
still ridicule people today
What?
for thinking it's wrong.
No, I don't.
Okay.
You're not flat earth anymore.
I've never been a flat earther. I just like all stuffs. I've never really been a flat earther. This is that speaks to me and my convictions. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm open enough to query anything or look into anything and speak about it openly, and people can say whatever they want about me and try and make me feel, but it doesn't change anything. You know what I'm trying to say? I know who I am, so I'm fine. I don't think the world's flat. I don't care if it's round. I'm just here like the rest of you lot. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm just here like the rest of you lot. The world's mad, but I don't know, man. You can't, the freedom of speech, you can't silence people in it, but like, what do you do? Because some people,
See,
that's how you get tyrants and things.
But you see, this is the thing. I know probably a lot of black people probably hate the fact that I said, thing about weighted voting systems, especially since black people, there was a time when we couldn't vote, right? In certain countries. But my thing is, I think it will incentivize black people and everybody else to put the work in to actually become knowledgeable about something.
Do you think?
And
Okay, so say just like the politics example that you're saying,
Yeah.
So you're saying for someone to have a vote, let's say that the highest vote you can get is worth 3, lowest is worth 1.
Yeah.
For someone to get a vote worth 3, they would have to have knowledge on the party that they're voting for or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a test.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't know nothing, then it's just a 1 vote.
Yeah.
But if you know something, if you can tell me the party's policies and then
Exactly. Even if that person, for example, say all of us are going to Birmingham right now, You've never been there. Margs has been there, goes there every week, right? And for example, you've only been to Peckham. For example, you heard us in Peckham's like half an hour from Birmingham. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone's saying their opinions. would it make sense for us to waste our time talking to someone who's never been there and somebody else who says near Peckham? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
everything would be better for everybody in the room if we listen to the person who's been there.
Yeah, but you know what,
Girls
though?
every week.
If we're going in a group,
Yeah.
he's been there bare times.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks it's 10 minutes for Beckham, blah, blah.
Mhm.
I'm not really going to go and now try and discover what Birmingham really is.
Mhm.
All I'm going to do is follow his lead.
But that's
So I don't think
Yeah.
that, sorry, so I don't think that, say that the whole voting and blah, 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 I don't think it will make people want to learn. I think people will just be like, okay, people who know, then you go on ahead and you represent what you think is best for us. Because we already see that already in society,
Mhm.
where even like with like conservatives and in every part of the country, every part of the world,
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that complain about the party that's in charge, in power.
Mhm.
They complain about their policies, they complain about all of that kind of stuff. But not everyone gets up to do something about it.
that's I think, not to be bad here, that sounds correct, right?
Yeah,
But if you're contributing a third to the petrol, you won't think that way.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I
Because you'll
would.
say, at the end of the day, I'm contributing to us getting to where we need to get to.
Do you know how many
And
places
all I'm realizing is Margs is taking us to Nottingham, to Manchester, to Sheffield, to every single place he wants to go, except Birmingham, right? Simply because you decided, I'm just gonna listen to him.
No, but then I would.
But if you became knowledgeable, right?
Yeah.
You would recognize that, wait a minute, I just need to head north. So if I see something like Southampton, I know we're going the wrong direction. You don't just sit there and say, you know what? Yeah, he knows, so okay.
But I think that depends on the individual. I don't think we're gonna get like collective people to.
Yeah, but those
do
are
that
people
because
that are destined to
I've-
be broke, innit? And destined to be nothing in life. I'm not
Okay.
talking about those people.
Not
We're talk-
necessarily
we're talk-
though,
What? People who just follow and do
because not
nothing
everyone has a
else?
capacity for these things. Because I've had trips where it's like we're doing a girls' weekend or whatever,
Yeah.
and I've paid the money.
Mhm.
I've done everything I need to put into it.
Yeah.
I just followed the lead.
No, but that's
Like-
different because you know, firstly, you know the people.
Exactly, but that's the
And
thing
you have-
because I will have confidence in the people that know politics and be like, okay, do you know what? You guys go ahead and vote right.
Oh, so you have confidence in Boris Johnson? In
No,
Sunak
no.
Truss?
No. First of all, don't do
No,
that.
but I'm basically saying, any
No, but-
politician, do you have confidence in them? Do
No,
you
no,
know
but-
them?
No, but I'm going off the example of, so you have more knowledge than me, so
Yeah.
you should get a vote, and
Mhm.
I really shouldn't because I don't know what's going on.
Mhm.
I don't think many people are going to go out of their way
Mhm.
to get knowledge, to gain knowledge,
Yeah.
to then be able to have that vote. All they'll see is that, you know what, E-man is black,
Mhm.
like me, he's Nigerian, he's Yoruba,
Mhm.
he has the knowledge,
Mhm.
you go and vote right,
That's the
and I will benefit from that.
that's the problem with society.
It is the problem in society, but I'm saying that if what you suggested was put in place, I don't think a lot of people are going to get off their asses and go and learn, because if they don't have it within them to do that anyway,
Mhm.
in the way society is run, period,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have it in that when it's like that.
I believe.
I hate to even bring up slavery.
Mm.
But when there's people who believe that they could be free,
Mhm.
and people do not like the fact that they were slaves or whatever,
Mhm.
they were still snitching on the people that wanted to be free.
Yeah, but it was completely different. The odds
Why are
were
you
against,
laughing?
the odds were against the odds were against them. Everything was different. There was no right to vote. There was nothing. People didn't have guns. They didn't have certain things. It was completely different. You're
Yeah.
allowing society where they're telling you have the right to vote.
Mhm.
Your decision matters, right?
Yeah.
And you're now saying, well, I'll just do anything he says.
To be fair, though, I mean,
Essentially, that's basically what we're doing,
and
and that's why I believe we're in a big mess.
yeah.
Also, just to go back to the whole freedom of speech conversation for a second. So you believe that everyone should be able to say and do, not say, but do, but everything they want at all times, right?
Mhm.
What about teachers?
What about them?
Do you think in a classroom environment, teachers, should go off curriculum or what they're meant to be teaching kids and just preaching their own ideals and philosophies?
No,
That's a callback.
But that's isn't that freedom
line.
of speech?
no, that's a job though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So you should have
in
freedom
your
of speech in
own
the job.
Yeah, but everyone has a job. So
Yeah, but you know how to behave in a particular workplace. Like
but-
freedom of speech is like in your own space with your own means. And certain
no,
things.
freedom of speech. So you're saying freedom of speech is only when you're in your own environment.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
So I know that's what I'm asking. So you believe that within organizational systems, you shouldn't have freedom of speech.
Like only within. All right, put it this way: you've hired me to do a particular job,
Mm.
and everything I say is against the actual values of a particular job.
Mm.
should I be allowed to just stay employed because of that?
No, not about staying employed. Should you even preach what you believe truly? That's what I'm asking you.
That's basically what I'm saying. Like, for example, with freedom of speech, right, comes consequences.
Yeah.
So that teacher knows if I start talking reckless about particular things, I will be out of a job.
Yeah.
It's done like that. But if for example, you're saying,
but I'm not really talking about for now the consequences of her actions. It's more so what she's saying to your child or the children. Like her right to have freedom of speech in this moment can be to the detriment of these kids who are going to listen and maybe take in and absorb what she's saying. So therefore, what I'm saying is freedom of speech should be regulated. I don't think everyone should just be able to say whatever they want at any given time, especially when there's consequences to what they're saying. Not in regards to them losing their job, but how it can affect the people they're speaking to.
I get what you're saying, but no, like if you're asking me to choose like that, those extremes, I would say freedom of speech, 100%. But what I'm trying to say is, I believe people have that to some degree, right? But the consequences of our actions keep us in line. That's basically what I'm saying, automatically, because there's certain ways you have to function within a particular workspace.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
No, I get what you're saying. I don't know if my question was answered, but I understand what you're saying.
I'm still saying basically freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, say what you want to say in the classroom, right? But obviously it's against the curriculum. My child tells me, I come back, I report it, you're sacked.
So what would you have preferred? Having to go through all that? Or that teacher not saying anything at all?
Having to go through all that.
Okay, cool. So that makes more sense. And you would prefer the teacher to say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
You go through the appropriate steps to let it be known to the headmaster, whatever, maybe remove your child, as opposed to not going through that at all. Because you want that teacher to be able to say what they want to say.
Yeah. Because I think I can still benefit from it. I believe in the same way, in your example, that is a kind of a negative thing.
Yeah.
A teacher can also say a positive thing.
Yeah.
That my child can come back and tell me.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you know what? That's a good teacher. Learn from that.
Okay, that's like the risk versus reward kind of.
Yeah.
But there wouldn't be another parent who's like, oh, no.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. At least there's something there. But if you censor, there's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just want to remind the listeners that you guys can call in. Our number is pinned in the chat if you're watching us live this lovely morning.
All right, Ebony, again, is saying that there is no such thing as freedom of speech because there are consequences attached to said outburst.
Yeah, I agree with that. Good Trump. They banned him. Wretch. No, not Wretch. Sorry, Wiley.
I know that's why I honestly believe that freedom of speech, it doesn't really exist. Like, you can say what you want to say, but
There's consequences.
There's consequences. So you're not really free to say it, because if you have to second guess what you're gonna say and edit what you're gonna say and
and even
make sure
I feel like we
it's
spoke about this before, because it's not the same thing. You know what I'm trying to say? That you are not unpacking what the right to freedom of speech is. You know what I'm trying to say? That the things change.
All right, this is definition. The power or right to express one's opinions without censorship, restraint, or legal penalty.
There you go.
See? And there is legal penalties.
Look what's happened to Wiley.
Yeah.
He practiced freedom of speech and look what happened.
Okay.
Even Trump, when you think about it.
But it coincides with other stuff though.
Like what?
Like
hate speech.
But that's it. People will say that they have a right to be racist. If I don't like black people, I should be able to say I don't like black
You
people.
can before it can, but they coincide together. They run together.
But freedom of speech is the bigger umbrella. Hate speech and everything else.
Yes,
comes
but
under.
because you're allowed to do whatever you want in life, like what you're saying. You just have to set the consequences for your actions. So there is freedom of speech. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You can go and kill someone if you want. You're just gonna go to prison.
Yeah.
You can do what the fuck you want. You can say what you want. There's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. There's a categories in different things, different kinds of speech. Yeah. Hate speech is something that you can get in trouble for. Yeah. So with that freedom that we've afforded you,
I'm not gonna lie.
you say whatever you want, but if you say these hateful, insightful, violent things, you're going to get in trouble for them. Yeah. Why do people not understand that?
Okay, so you're saying that for what
there's rules and regulations and everything.
For the word freedom of speech, there actually is freedom of speech.
Yes.
The consequences and stuff like that. So basically, it's not
you're not
freedom of speech without
then.
but it's not freedom of speech without repercussions. But it's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say.
Because
the
term hate speech existed. If it was something that didn't exist, if it was a thing that they tricked us, if they said it was freedom of speech, yeah, and then you said something and they grabbed you and said, oh, rare, then I can understand because you was duped. But hate speech exists. If you stand up on a podium and start bringing out people with certain races and rare, you will get in trouble. The concept of it exists already.
To be fair though,
so they run side by side. So you know what you're doing was wrong and was right. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
it's like that stupid excuse of people using the idea of freedom of speech, just being able to, like you're saying, just be racist
Yeah.
or incite riots or no,
But to
that's
be
not
fair
good.
though, like-
Why would
Yeah,
do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally,
Yeah.
we do have freedom of speech,
Yeah,
and then stuff comes after it
yeah.
because you can actually say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, you can.
That's the freedom of speech.
That's the
But
freedom.
It's not
Of
freedom
course you
to
can
not
say
be penalized.
It's your
for
freedom of
speech.
choice to say something stupid and get in trouble
No,
for it
I
too.
know, you know what it is.
You're free
I
to
get
do
what
that.
you're saying. Yeah, anyone at any given moment can say whatever they want to say,
Yeah.
right? You know what it is for me? When I look at my life and I look at life in general and I look at freedom and what that means to me, it means I can do whatever I want
Okay.
without repercussions.
Mhm.
And obviously, what I'm talking about is good things. I'm not talking about hate speech because that's what's in
That's
my
not
heart.
in
innit?
you,
Just complete and utter freedom is to do what I want without having to second guess it,
Okay,
without having to
but
worry.
you have that. You told me
So-
something you're not allowed to say now. Tell me something that you want to say that's in your heart that you want to say that you're
No,
not allowed to
what
say.
I'm saying is that's not who I am.
No,
as a person.
Exactly.
Get
So
shut
what are you
down.
talking about? These people keep doing this. Why are you wanting people to afford you freedoms you don't even want? What do you mean? What are you not allowed to say?
My example I was just giving was me talking about how I see freedom.
I know, but
Then
I get that.
Then I was going to tailor it back.
But you
the
see what it is?
speech.
It's people that say like it's the freedom of to be able to say like whatever you want. And that's what I say. Be race. So these people could be racist. All black people should
No,
die. All white people should
my-
die. All gay people should
my-
die. But
my
my thing is
point
like,
was-
why you're saying you want the freedom to be able to say that? Why would you even want to?
Bugs. My ultimate point was freedom without consequence. That's what I was trying to say in it. So for me, if I can't say what I want to say without consequences, then I'm not truly free in totality. Yes, I can just say something, but there's so many different nuances and counteracts to what you're saying. I don't believe that's true freedom in my definition.
I get what you're saying
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
particular
yeah.
context.
Well, by definition, he's correct, no?
Yeah, exactly. I get what you're saying because obviously it's like you still have to think.
You saw
Before saying something.
It's premeditated.
Yeah.
It's not true and utter just fluid freedom. It's freedom with pre-thought. Okay, should I say it? When should I say it? There's so many constraints to it. It's not true freedom.
Everything in our life, when you're talking about freedom, everything in our life is constraints. Like there's rules and regulations to everything. It's how the lights stay on in this place. It's how we're all fed. You know what I'm trying to say? Like how we're all clothed. There's rules and regulations. Without them, there would be anarchy. You know what I'm trying to say? So all this freedom stuff is nonsense. It's freedom within reason. Like don't just put like we're not just here like the dare or the fucking seagull. It's like this is not what's going on. You know what I'm trying to say? Like there's rules and regiments.
Speech doesn't exist.
But
in my opinion.
the concept of it, that's what I'm trying to say. It does. Like in actuality, it does. If people fighting for this, because if the axe murderers, that's fighting for freedom to go and kill people, I get it. The people who don't want to kill no one, but trying to campaign for the freedom to kill people if they want, are lunatics. What are you talking about? You want the freedom to be able to be racist and be. You don't even want to do that. You don't even want to fucking do that even yourself. So why are you complaining? What are you complaining for that for? What do you mean you ain't got true freedom? I haven't got the true freedom because if I wanted to say, do you want to say that? No, I don't want to say that. I would never say that. Where are we going here?
Yeah, but that's us talking to the individual though, and what that individual's wants and desires are. I'm talking about it in the umbrella term.
Yeah, Laura asks, does freedom come with constraints, Marks?
Well, our kind of freedom in this democracy that we're living, yeah, it does come with constraints. You got to comply. Your freedom, you have to comply. You got to comply to these rules, and then you will get the freedom that's afforded to you. There's still certain things that you can't do. Our freedom's capped.
Freedom that's given to you. That's you're just.
But you're living.
free now?
Are you talking about this fairy tale concept of freedom in Disney movies? Are you talking about this life that we're actually living in? That you're with your security, national insurance number, and your birth certificate, and your council tax that
What do
you
you
pay?
mean? But
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, I don't believe freedom does.
Are you
wait.
free right now?
Before you go on, there's different nuances, different aspects of this, right?
Mm.
I'm doing the opposite of what you're doing. I'm not talking about fairy tale. I'm talking about reality because I'm the one saying that I don't think it's. If anything, you're probably more on the fairy tale side of things because you believe that freedom of speech is what it is. I believe it ain't. So how's that fairy tale? I'm talking about more of the reality of the world that we aren't free. You're saying no, we are. So how am I fairy tale?
I didn't.
That's what you just said.
No, the concept.
You said that I'm living in a fairy tale land.
Because
I think I'm living in reality.
The concept of your freedom that you're talking about is not. You're saying you're living in reality is not the reality.
No, but you're forgetting.
The reality, the freedom that you're talking about is you're never gonna get, and you don't even want. That's what I'm trying to say. You're talking about freedom to be racist, and you're not even racist.
But I'm not talking to negative things because that's not me. Remember, when I started my argument, I was trying to let you understand what freedom meant to me.
Yeah.
Then I was going to tailor it back to this conversation, which is about speech. And in me saying that I don't believe we have freedom of speech because there's nothing you can say in a negative way, because this is what this competition is about. It's not about saying good things. It's about saying hateful things, because people don't argue about freedom of speech when it comes to positivity. They don't. It's mainly down to negativity, right? So that's what this competition is about. It's about, can you say negative things freely? And you can't.
The society.
No, I was just going to say, like, Yusuf, do you feel like you're free right now?
In certain aspects, yes. Certain aspects, no.
What are the no's? Like, I'm just talking about in living life.
Yeah, of course I'm free. I have free will. I can do whatever I want to do.
Okay.
And there's nothing, and obviously if you're talking to me as an individual, I don't have any wayward desires that would warrant backlash from anyone.
Yeah.
So I don't
Phone
feel
call
like,
coming in.
so I
Phone
don't
call
feel
coming
like-
in. Hello. Hello.
Nappy Boy Radio. I'm sorry.
They're gone, man.
Yeah, never mind.
Alright,
We
let's-
scared.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, I don't, because let's be honest what this conversation is about, right? It's about bad shit, right? I don't have anything like that I desire. So I don't feel like, oh my God, I'm not free to live out my wayward desires. No.
Okay.
But basically, the point I'm trying to get to is both of you are right in the context you're talking about,
Yeah.
right? Because basically, I'm saying here, you're free now. You said you're free,
Yeah.
but you're not free to kill somebody without consequences.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But Mark's is saying, exactly, you're free. We don't need to include the whole killing part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're still free to navigate in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
Get
course.
from A to B.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing with speech. Like, we know there's no need for me to start spewing racist crap. So within that normal thing that normal people reside, you're free.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I get
That's
what you're
it.
saying.
That's it.
No, I understand
That's
that.
basically it.
The
Yes.
definition of freedom is the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants.
What was freedom of speech? Do the definition of that again? 'Cause I remember it said something about legal something.
Yeah, without.
I get what you're saying. Obviously, you're
Consequence.
free to leave your house and go and commit that murder. That's an
Yeah.
act you decided to do. That was freedom, right?
Mhm.
You getting locked up and put in prison is a consequence of your action.
It's a
Now,
consequence
crime.
of your
of your
freedom.
crime. And now,
Yeah.
and
It's
now,
the same with the speech.
And now, literally and figuratively, you're not free because you're in prison, right? And what I'm saying is, to me, everything in totality does not equate to freedom to me. Not only
Exactly.
because you're in prison, but because as a consequence of what you wanted to do, there's now repercussions. And I get the act in isolation, you decide to do it is freedom.
Yeah.
But in totality, to me, that's not freedom.
So that means we're all not free in how you're perceiving it.
Yeah, then basically.
Yeah.
Which is cool
Okay.
because we're saying the same thing then.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our life. Is this person going to connect
I
or
think the
not?
person is.
check
Nope,
it out.
don't be scared.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
So everybody agrees that there is freedom, but it comes with terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dependent on the side.
Yeah.
side
Even that, that's
you live in.
even opinionated. That's funny. That so it's ironic.
Mm.
It's all down to opinions of what we think freedom of speech is.
Everybody's going to perceive things
Yeah.
differently in it. But I don't know. I think what is like I'm saying, the people that do that, it's like I said, it always confuse me because it's the freedom of speech argument.
Mm.
You're trying to do all this stuff to go this freedom, but you don't even have that hate in you anyway. Is you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like you just want to do it just because and all the rest it don't get us nowhere.
Do
It's
you know what
like
that's
all
true,
these-
yeah? Because people who have the hate in them, they just go ahead and do it anyway. They're never trying to argue freedom of speech.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's
Yeah.
like we're pretending like this perceived freedom, like we've got like in like what it is, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
even like the perceived idea of the democracy, like that we buy into it, like we get to vote and these people do what they want. Like,
Yeah.
do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's all this, it's all the same shit. But I definitely think there is freedom of speech, and I think it's just because of the way my brain works. I know freedom of speech is a thing. I know hate speech is a thing, and I think
Yeah.
that they can coincide and run alongside each other.
To be honest, I think even freedom of speech, even outside of the bad thing, I think it exists just because there are other places in the world where people literally cannot even freely
Mhm.
talk.
Talk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Can't
mean?
even talk.
So on that basis, it defo exists.
Can't
Yeah.
go on certain websites and can't look
Yeah.
at certain things. Can't talk about the government. Can't
Yeah.
challenge the media. Can't.
Even when it
do
comes to voting, like some
Mm.
women still can't vote.
Do you feel me? Like
Yeah.
the man them are free over here.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
A bit too free, but
Yeah, like, the man them are free. Like there's no real more freedom than that kind of don't exist You get me? You got to go on a different career path.
Mhm.
You get me? You got to hit different.
You got to be MI5 for that.
Yeah, there's different echelons. You got to hit different parts of your life if you
Yeah.
want that kind of freedom. The kind of freedom you talk about don't exist. You got the maximum that's it's capped in it.
Mm.
We've got the max. You just have to just deal with it.
Yeah.
I think that's enough though. Because like I
I think it's
said,
enough.
why do you want more freedom to do stuff you don't want to do?
Mm.
You just want the extra freedom to just sit there.
Just
and
know it's there.
Just know.
Yeah. If I ever wanted to, I could. But I don't want to, so I want that kind of vibe. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our next headlines.
Okay, so trigger warning, murder. So a man is found guilty of killing a stranger. A 29-year-old man has been found guilty of killing a stranger by picking her up and then pushing her off a pier. Jacob Foster attacked Charmaine O'Donnell at Helensburgh Pier in Argyll and Bute in Scotland in April 2021. Jurors at the High Court in Glasgow heard Miss O'Donnell, 25, suffered severe neck injuries and drowned after she was pushed into the water. Foster, who had denied murder, was convicted of culpable homicide after a trial. His lawyers had lodged a special defense of diminished responsibility, saying he had an abnormality of mind at the time. Foster from Helensburgh suffers from a learning disability. The trial heard that Miss O'Donnell had gone to Helensburgh with a friend, Caitlin McTaggart, on the 23rd of April last year to enjoy the good weather. The pair began chatting to three men fishing, and Miss McTaggart, 25, said it appeared Foster was trying to get involved in the conversation. Neither one of them knew who he was. The jurors heard there had been a commotion when Miss O'Donnell was pushed over the railings at the pier, and someone shouted to Miss McTaggart, "That's your pal." The prosecutors asked Miss McTaggart, "Did you say anything to Jacob?" She replied, "I was screaming at him to help her. He just kept saying, 'What have I done? I have taken it too far this time. I'm going away for a long time.'" So you can tell.
What in the Stranger Things is that about?
Basically, he's got how do I put it?
He's got a learning disability.
Yeah,
So why was he out on the loose?
I guess maybe he can still function to some degree.
Don't scrunch your eyebrows up at me, Brent. He said this time. So
Nice, how you
he's got a
framed it.
history.
Why is he
You
out
said
to the
learning.
loose?
You said he's got learning disabilities. Why is he out on
First
the
of all,
loose?
And you're wondering why I looked up?
Anyone who heard. Don't be bringing things back up. Don't clarify what I said. I know what I said. I said learning disability, pause, end of sentence. New sentence. Why is he out on the loose? Because he said, "I've taken it too far this time." So that means he's done something before.
I think he's like, autistic and stuff, innit? So, like, when I read it, I kind of pictured him kind of being like, in the movies.
Like too
or whatever.
playful.
Yeah, and kind of being like, "Oh no." You know what I mean?
That's how I saw it. I said, what in the strange things going on?
Yeah.
But I feel like, obviously, there's different levels. Oh, dear. There's different levels to
It's a tough one.
disabilities, right?
Yeah.
But I think that there's some people who can't really be around other people,
Okay.
right? Do you get what I mean? So if this brother here has a history of maybe doing things in his head might be innocent, but in reality it's excessive, why was he rolling without a carer, without anyone? Just solo to be able to do something like that. Because this man said this time,
Yeah. It's a shame. He hasn't been sentenced, by the way. Obviously, it's a culpable homicide thing.
Yeah, that's not even murder. Culpable homicide's not even murder.
What's culpable homicide? What's that?
So it just means like he's just responsible for the death.
Death of someone.
But it's like
You can't get away with
it's
it.
like intentions behind it. Murder's like intentional. That's just like an accident or something.
He's gonna get away with it.
Well, and basically, so it says, deaths can be also treated as culpable homicide rather than murder if the accused was found to be of diminished responsibility
Okay, let's see.
because of some mental illness. And basically, in Scotland, anyone convicted of murder gets a life sentence, However, there's no such rule for culpable homicide, and people convicted are not always jailed. So right, he may go home.
I think he will go home. I think. Do you know what? I have nothing else to say on this.
I was just gonna say, not to be bad, but if you look at a picture of him, you can see that he's not. You know what I'm saying?
Did you read that bit? Well, that's I kind of said that, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I
Okay, yeah.
I get that. I understand that, yeah, but respectfully, yeah, my empathy is capped for him.
Yeah.
Because you killed a person.
Yeah, but I get what you mean. But I mean,
and
like,
don't doctors and GPs know that? Do you get what I mean? That this person.
So what are you trying to say? You want him to get like a proper murder charge?
I think you killed a person. I think it's deep that you killed a person and you're gonna walk
says,
away
look, it says,
because then there should have been stuff in.
If the death's caused by another person by acting unlawfully, unlawfully, but with no intention to kill. You get me? So it's different to murder, where it has criminal intention.
But it still died. Yesterday we were talking about boys that said we're gonna do something and they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
This one, fair enough, he didn't plan to do it, but you did do it.
But then he's got diminished responsibility as well.
Mm-hmm. He's you know what I mean? He can't really go to jail with like.
Then I feel like he needs to go to
saying?
mental health hospital then.
Maybe.
But like jail, like you need to be away. Because they're gonna let him be free again.
Yeah,
how do we know there's not gonna be another victim?
That may happen, but
reading the same headline in
I told you they need to make those. Someone said that did you say that they had them already? Told you they need to make the cuckoo jails.
But that's what okay. That's what he needs to but that's where he needs to go though. Because I understand his struggles and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think that you killing someone, that's not gonna take my pain away because you're not that you got issues. Or you got learning difficulties or whatever difficulties you have.
So if, for example, you see, oh no, there's a kid who's with their parent, for example, sorry, not a kid. Let's just say he's like 20, and you can tell he's like proper autistic, right? And like that's why he's holding hands with his mom or whatever in the supermarket. Yeah, and all of a sudden, this guy just, for example, goes up to I don't know, the baked beans or something, grabs it and hits a baby in the head. Right? In the supermarket. Yeah. Baby dies, unfortunately, right? Should that autistic person go to prison? For life, for example?
Maybe not prison for life.
But you get where I'm coming from.
Trust me, I get where you're coming from. Yeah. But I just think that doesn't take, like, if someone, my baby died, God forbid, you gotta go somewhere, man.
Even if it's not prison, like a dungeon. Maybe like the dungeon.
Detention, something. Like, I'm not going to sit there and think, do you know what? The pain is less now because I know that this person, nah. And I think also, obviously, granted, he's got, a carer or whatever as well. Even the carer, I'm not saying the carer should go to jail, but babes, that was your responsibility. You know how this person, you should not have taken your eyes away because you did that. And because really and truly, like people in that situation, they're cared for, right? Yeah. So the carer, essentially, you're kind of in charge of their life. You dropped the ball and this is what's happened. There needs to be consequences with it. You can't just kill somebody and say I didn't intend to, and I'm ill or whatever it is, and then that's it.
I believe definitely should be consequences. Like at bare minimum, the person shouldn't be allowed out just randomly like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying with this guy because I don't understand how he's just out roaming the streets, able to just jump in a conversation and push someone over a pig, kill the woman, and then say, "What have I done this time?" Yeah. How many times have there been? And why doesn't he have a carer? Why doesn't he why is there enough? Why is he just rolling free?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Dear. Anyway, Sha.
Yeah. All right. So the next headline is about student nurse Owami Davies. Trigger warning. She's missing and also feared, dead. So student nurse Owami Davies was captured on CCTV in the company of a man on the night she was last seen alive. The Met Police have released the footage in an attempt to aid the search for her. The footage shows Davies and the man crossing Derby Road in West Croydon, South London, just after midnight on the 7th of July. 3 men have been arrested on suspicion of the 24-year-old's murder. Her mum, Nicole, said, "This is such a terrible time for all those who love Owami, and I'm pleading for anyone who can help find her to contact the police." 2 men aged 23 and 27 were arrested on Monday, and a third man aged 32 was arrested on Tuesday. Miss Davies was first reported missing by Essex Police on the 11th of July. The force said that she had left the family home in Grays on the 4th of July. Miss Davies was last seen in Croydon on the 6th of July, wearing a black jumper, grey jogging bottoms, and a grey hat. Detective Chief Inspector Nigel Penny said Miss Davies' family were living through a nightmare and are desperate for news, emphasizing that the case remained a missing persons investigation. It's not a murder yet. Well, hopefully,
Hopefully
never
not.
becomes one. Yeah. He added, "We are working hard to find Owami, but we really do need the public's help. Owami is very vulnerable, and the longer she is missing, the more we worry that she has come to harm. As a result of extensive CCTV inquiries, we have a clearer idea of Owami's movements, but we still need the public to contact us and tell us what they know."
It's sad, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sad.
Yeah, hopefully they find her.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully. And
Alive.
that's-
I know alive.
yes, yeah.
All right, let's get into Word on Road. Okay, so Warner Brothers have dropped Batgirl, as in not dropped it, as in the movie's out, as in they've dropped. They're
Cancelled it.
no longer, they cancelled it. They're no longer involved. They're not here for it, basically. So, the directors Adil El Arbi and Bilal Falah, they've obviously responded to the news about it being cancelled, and they've said they're saddened and they're shocked by it. So their statement says, "We are saddened and shocked by the news. We still can't believe it. As directors, it is critical that our work be shown to audiences. And while the film was far from finished, we wish that fans all over the world would have had the opportunity to see and embrace the final film themselves. Maybe one day they will, inshallah." And they also paid tribute to, amazing cast, amazing crew, all that kind of stuff, and people that did amazing in bringing Batgirl to life. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors as to why this got cancelled. The main thing is that it's the quality is not the great. It's a $90 million budget film. So yeah, so the main thing is that it's not great. The quality is just not good. But also, sources are basically putting down the decision down to tax incentive. So they said that the cancellation of this is seen internally as the most financially sound way to recoup the costs. So I guess the quality is not great. If they put it out, they're not really going to make money. If they cancel it now, they can kind of get some kind of tax break
at
or
least,
something.
At least pull it out and break even or something.
But that's why I don't think they think they're even going to break even.
Just to pull it out there. You know what I mean,
They're just like, But apparently as well, there's also there's an animated sequel of Scoob Holiday Haunt. I'm thinking about Scooby-Doo, I reckon. But also that also got cancelled. So the co-writer Paul Dini on that said, "Why cancel a 95% finished holiday movie Why cancel a 95% finished holiday movie this close to fall when you're guaranteed kids watching it from right after Halloween until at least New Year's? It makes no business sense." So so an official statement anyway from people that cancelled Batgirl and Scoob. They said the decision to not release Batgirl reflects our leadership's strategic shift as it relates to the DC Universe and HBO Max. So apparently there's a new CEO in charge and he's making cuts everywhere. He's making cuts.
Does he want to focus more on streaming as opposed to theatrical films, I think?
Not sure, actually, because there's been other stuff. Apparently, so he said at the moment there's 6 HBO Max originals that have been removed.
Oh, sorry. I'm reading another article. He said he wants to focus more on theatrical films as opposed to streaming.
Oh, is it okay? Yeah. But in the statement they also said so Batgirl would have been Leslie Grace, and they said Leslie Grace is an incredibly talented actor, and this decision is not a reflection of her performance. We are incredibly grateful to the filmmakers of Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunts and the respective casts, and we hope to collaborate with everyone again in the near future. It's interesting. But we just don't know what's going to happen really. Yeah. But they did say they want to combine HBO Max and Discovery Plus into one streaming platform. So I guess maybe that's his common goal, potentially. But they did say, we'll talk about how we're going to do it and when soon. But yeah, no Batgirl. Has there ever been a Batgirl movie?
No, this would have been the first.
What about the one with Halle Berry?
No,
Catwoman.
that's Catwoman.
Oh, sorry.
Even I knew that. But yeah. So the next one's very interesting. Very interesting. But I guess you're gotta be careful the way you're having sex in the streets. Something else is inappropriate. But yeah. So there's an Indonesian man, who has been left with an eggplant emoji for a penis, basically. So he was having sex with his wife, which is something, okay. They reckon he was having vigorous sex with his wife. And he said he heard his penis crack. And immediately he lost his erection. And it started bleeding from his urethra. Urethra. So obviously he went to the hospital, all that kind of stuff. And apparently he was in extreme pain and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, his penis was purple. So yeah, it's making me itch really. Can't lie to you. It's just
Did they say how it happened?
Just having sex was
No, I mean like opposition.
No, they didn't.
Can you see it?
They
Where is it?
You can see the fracture of the penis fractured. It literally.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like, in terms of physics,
It's like a broken circuit neck.
in what position would that most likely happen?
Yeah,
Right.
I wonder. Probably doggy, maybe.
He
Nah.
must have been going for
Yeah,
it.
he
I reckon-
really was going for
I
it.
reckon it might have been her on top. I might have done it to him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
or like a reverse joint.
breaking a dick. It
that's
must
true.
be horrid.
Well, apparently they reckon that he's been slammed against his wife's perineum or public bone.
This is the perineum,
I don't know where that is, but
Pubic
Yeah.
bone.
what bone?
Pubic.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is interesting. But yeah, so I mean he was able to,
So is he gonna have to use like Viagra and that?
No, he's good now.
Oh, is
So
it?
4 months, he happened like 4 months ago. So 4 months after the ordeal, he said he's had no serious complaints and he's only been left with a minor bend in his penis. And he's able to urinate and have sex without discomfort.
I heard girls like little bends anyway, so he's good.
Like a hook, not a bend.
Hook no.
Word to Meg the Stallion, Captain Hook. Listen to that, it's a good tune. But yeah, so that's that on that. So there's gonna be a Everybody Hates Chris reboot.
Okay.
It's gonna be animated, and it's gonna be called Everybody Still Hates Chris. It's basically been commissioned. It's gonna be released on Paramount Plus and Comedy Central, and yeah, it's gonna be. They basically said what they've billed it as is a reimagined animated version of course, the 4 seasons of Everybody Hates Chris, and Chris Rock will still be the voice behind it. And speaking on it, they said, as in people, Paramount and Comedy Central, they said Chris Rock is one of the most gifted comedians of all time, and we're excited to partner with him, 3 Arts and CBS Studios to bring this to life and welcome it as the next big hit in our expanding arsenal of iconic adult animation that includes smart series such as South Park and the new Beavis and Butthead. And that was said by the CEO of Paramount Media Networks and MTV Entertainment Studios. So that's really, really cool, actually. Were you guys watching that?
Yeah, I might give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Everybody Hates Chris. It's one of my favorite.
Mm.
I highly doubt I'll be watching that.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you like Everybody Hates Chris?
I watched a few episodes here and there.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a sitcom babe. That is my bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that actually. I think it'll be really good. Chrissy Teagan is pregnant.
Who's Chrissy Teagan? What,
Um,
Jim Jones' wife?
No.
Damn,
it's
John Legend's
Legend.
wife, man.
Oh.
What is she?
Is she racist or something?
She's not racist. She's just she just talks too much. It's back to that freedom of speech stuff.
Like, I don't know. I just see people trying to go for her online or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Happens
because
a lot.
I think she had old tweets where she was saying a lot of stuff. Yeah, she was saying a lot of stuff in her old tweets and all that kind of stuff, and it got released. But she's a funny character. She's a funny babe.
Mm.
She's quite funny. But yeah. But
Is
basically,
she cool or you put her on your blacklist or is she cool?
I think she's cool. I think she just likes to have fun. She's funny. She jokes about a lot. She literally with her, she's just a funny babe. Do you get me? She's just funny and just silly and go lucky and just a joker really. So even like with John Legend, sometimes she'll roast him. Like she's got that kind of personality. But I guess when her old tweets came up, people were like, "Oh, you're doing too much," and blah blah. People like you. Okay, people like you when they don't know too much about you. Then when they know something about you, they like your personality. But I think when you start to become too popular, I guess, or something,
Yeah.
then they turn against you.
Like,
Do you get me?
when
There was
you
no
start,
need
like,
for
when
them
you
to turn
get
against
into-
her.
You get into yourself too much. innit?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That they like to humble you.
mm.
So yeah, so basically that with her. But yeah, so she in her statement she put out a picture of her baby bump, which is really sweet. And I remember as well, I think trigger warning. sorry guys. But yeah, a while ago, they had a miscarriage. They shared they had a miscarriage. So this
Okay.
is really exciting news. So she said, the last few years has been a blur of emotions to say the least, but joy has filled our home and hearts again. 1 billion shots later in the leg lately, as you can see, we have another on the way, as in IVF. Because that sounded dirty. So every appointment I've said to myself, okay, if it's healthy today, I'll announce. But then I breathe a sigh of relief to hear a heartbeat and decide I'm just too nervous still. I don't think I'll ever walk out of an appointment with more excitement than nerves, but so far, everything is perfect and beautiful, and I'm feeling hopeful and amazing. Okay, phew. It's been very hard keeping this in for so long. So as I said, they've suffered a miscarriage before. I think she was quite long, I believe. I can't remember. So there is that kind of nervousness to kind of announce again.
So this is the first one.
No, they've already got a child, I
Okay.
believe. Yeah, I think they
Who
do
is?
actually.
John Legend. Yeah, I think John Legend.
Yeah, I think they already have a child. Yeah, I think that would have been the
Okay.
second.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So, interesting bit, team. Some woman came out, right, claiming, I wasn't going to report this because I wanted to do my proper investigations and just let it sit in the sphere for a while, basically. But some woman came out and alleged that she is Nicki Minaj's ex-assistant.
Mhm.
And she was spilling a lot of tea about Nicki Minaj. That, for me, that was red flag one. Because I said, in what world would you be assistant to one of the biggest celebrities in the world and you're able to come out and spill tea on the person? But she said that she has a lawyer, NDA lawyer, and they've gone through a contract in detail. And so they said, they've made it clear what it is that she can talk about and can't talk about, where she won't be breaching her NDA. So she can talk about a lot of things, but she can't release pictures or media or any kind of stuff. Then you will really then she'll be in breach of a contract. So she was releasing a lot of stuff talking about, Nicki and trigger warning. Nicki's husband's a maniac, but trigger warning for real. How she's with someone who's a rapist and allegedly murdered as well. And obviously, her brother as well, he's been done for rape of a young girl as well. So she's kind of talking about that, how all that stuff. So when she met her husband, she knew all that stuff about him, but she didn't care. Allegedly, she claimed that Meek hit her, but the woman was saying that Meek is not the only guy that's abused her, which I don't know why you think that's a good thing to tell us. She also claimed that, because in Truffle Butter, Nicki says, I never effed Wayne, I never effed Drake on my life, man, whatever. The woman claims that is a lie. She has. And
What, fuck both
Gucci
of them?
was, yeah. And apparently before she came up, she's done that in the industry. She slept with a few people in the industry.
Do you believe that? That she's slept with Drake and Wayne?
No. I think Drake is too obsessed for him.
I reckon
for him to
one
admit
of
that.
them, maybe, but to say she slept with both of them.
Yeah,
it's kind of
definitely not Drake.
a stretch. I think.
Because he loved that woman. And for then again, I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, so there's that. And then people were like, oh, but you remember, I don't know if you guys remember when Gucci Mane came out and said, he's slept with her.
Yeah.
So people were like, oh, is that true? The woman said, yes, it is true. Apparently as well, she's not cool at the moment with Megan Thee Stallion. And they have a song together called Hot Girl Summer. Apparently what I don't represent, Hot Girl Summer. And apparently she's not talking to her because Megan went on and did WAP with Cardi. Apparently as well, allegedly, Cardi's reached out to Nicki twice to make up. But both times Nicki's like, no.
Make up about what though? What's the problem?
The beef.
What's the beef? Because she was on WAP.
No. Because Nicki and Cardi have already beef. I feel like do you know what it is? I feel like the public put them against each other. And I think sometimes with celebrities, pick up the phone and talk. Don't listen to your fans. Because Bardi Gang and the Barbs, they're very, very strong. So I feel like they put them against each other. They didn't have a problem. But I think that over time, it was too many stuff in their ears that it then created a beef out of nowhere. Because there was that whole motorsport thing. So Migos Motorsport. Allegedly, Cardi's verse was actually better than Nicki's. But then Nicki heard it and then changed her verse. And when she talks about if Quavo is the quarterback, then she's something else. Like, apparently that was throwing shots at Cardi as well. So it's a lot of hearsay stuff. And then they actually had a fight.
Oh, was it?
Where was it? It wasn't Met Gala. It was.
Well, as in they had a physical fight.
Do you remember that? Oh my gosh, please tell me you saw the video.
And they were throwing hands.
And and Nicki threw a shoe at Cardi. And then
Did that happen? Maybe I forgot about it.
big up Riley, always fighting people.
Oh, with Riley.
Yeah, and then
I know.
it was a whole drag. It was really, really embarrassing. It was embarrassing to say that they were shouting, and I think it was the Met Gala. Because something about like someone not attending anymore, or something like that. Anyway,
Someone in the comments will tell us.
Yeah, no, someone said it was at the Met Gala.
it was Met Gala. Yeah, it was Met Gala. It was so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed. It was terrible. It was so embarrassing. Literally getting dragged. I think Cardi's pant was out. Like, it was just not it. So yeah, so they got that beef anyway. Apparently, Cardi's reached out to her twice to make up, and Nicki's just like, no. What else? What else did she spill? Also, that
Something about she owes 170 million in taxes.
yeah. So apparently, she owes like $175 million in tax, which doesn't sound true to me at all. What else was there?
Oh, her and Nas's relationship was a PR,
Yes.
a PR stunt.
Yeah, her and Nas's relationship was a PR stunt. Yeah, it was just a bunch of, and then someone said, she said about Nicki rents a lot of houses, doesn't own her houses. There's something about, and what I thought was wild was someone asked about something like, does Nicki still live here? And said, yeah, her address is on the sex offenders list. Why would you do that? When you know how crazy fans are. Like, why would you do that? So apparently her address is on the sex offenders list. Oh, another one as well. Beyonce and the Carters are no longer friends with Nicki, apparently, because of her husband. But then people are saying, is it because of her husband? She said, no, it's since her brother. Since her brother got convicted of that, because it's alleged still that Nicki helped him with his legal fees. But not that I get it, but she's the richest one in the family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the money would have come from her. Even if her mum was one who helped her, you trace the money down to Nicki.
And what if the brother is saying, Nicki, I didn't do it?
Yeah, but this was a young girl, so
If the thing is, if you know your brother's guilty,
yeah,
are you still helping him?
no. Certain things I can't stand behind. I don't care who it is.
Oh, I hear that.
I just can't stand behind it. But you know what? With this one though, it was a young girl. It's basically pedophilia.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think with Nicki's all that, you gotta love like young fans, female fans. Even if you don't think he's guilty,
Yeah.
don't let us know that publicly. Hide it. I'm not someone who, I don't believe that, just because you're of this status now, you're automatically a role model. I think everyone raise your children and don't be watching me. But I do think that with that certain position comes certain responsibilities.
Yeah, 100%.
You cannot have young fans and young girls and you're supporting a paedophile.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if the brother, imagine, God forbid now, but your brother's telling you, I didn't do this. Esther.
That's fair, but I'll be
100%.
honest with you, I'm not going to say that out loud because for
Yeah,
me,
but-
I'm on
yeah.
the mindset of I will always believe the victim until proven
One
otherwise.
second, a comment.
And the receipts.
Comment, trigger warning. Obviously, in the case, his semen was found on the young girl's underwear.
Yeah, so he did that shit. There was receipts.
Yeah.
Because, and do you know what? Okay, even if she didn't believe her brother was innocent, you then went on to marry a rapist. And I think I told you guys about this tea, where allegedly she was paying the victim. She wanted to pay the victim to be quiet. And the woman was like, I'm not going to be quiet. And then she was started threatening the woman. Like, when I tell you, it makes me so sad because Nicki is going out that stupid sad. It's at this point, it's embarrassing. Like, I don't think her legacy, dare I say, I think it's tarnished. Because every time people remember your music, they remember your nuisance. But anyways, so basically this woman, this ex-assistant that came out and said the Carter's no longer friends with her, but apparently since her brother's trial, not even the new husband, the woman, so this woman created a fake account, right? An account to speak up, but her picture was fake.
Oh, that was a blonde woman, isn't it?
Yeah, so she picked up some random woman. She used that woman's picture. So that woman came out. So the woman said, to be clear, so she said, it's come back to, I think it was in a news article. And somehow people are sending to her like, you worked Nicki kind of thing? And she's like, wait. So then she's come out now. Her real name is Megan F. Bentoncourt. And the woman who, the alleged ex-assistant, her name is Kate Miller. But anyways, Megan came out and said, to be clear, I never had a secret life as the ex-assistant of Nicki Minaj. Someone stole my photo and used it in a fake account. Fraudulent impersonation wasn't the way I envisioned being mentioned in Newsweek. But hey, scam is gonna scam. And then Nicki responded to it and said, okay, you know the fuck what? Well, hey, if you ever need a job, hit me up. I feel bad, but hey, cheers to Newsweek. Always a silver lining I guess, kind of funny emojis. And then Megan also said, thank you to everyone who alerted me to my photo being stolen and used by a fake account, making accusations against Nicki Minaj. Lock down your privacy settings, everyone. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyway, I've retired publicly as a barb. I can't stand behind this foolishness anymore. It's just way embarrassing. It's way too embarrassing now. But yeah, guys, that is all from me today. Let's get into the People's Journal.
Okay. People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. Okay, so I've got 4 things to briefly talk about. As I said yesterday and probably the whole of this week, projections for inflation looking to hit like 15%. Some say 17.7%. And it's looking like that's, a reasonable type of, prediction. And because of that, the Bank of England are basically looking to increase the basic interest rate. So at the moment, it's 1.25%. And they're looking to push it up a whole 0.5% to 1.75%. Because obviously, they're trying to, find different ways to bring down inflation and whatnot, right? The prices of certain global commodities like oil and all them type of things there have kind of dropped a bit. But gas prices are expected to be around 50% more this winter. And obviously, because of all of that type of stuff there, yeah, they're thinking to kind of help curb, the rate of increase of inflation, let's just put it up a whole 1.75%. That kind of ties into the whole thing I was going to mention about working from home. I know everybody likes to work from home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But people are basically saying that they're not sure it's going to be feasible.
This is my business.
I'll tell you why though. Because basically what they're saying is obviously when you're staying at home, you've now got all your gas and electricity on, right? So during the winter, it may cost you more to stay at home than rather to actually travel to get into work and be, warm over there in the office.
That's true actually. But you know what though? I remember when working from home was mandatory, there was a thing going on where they basically gave people money for working from home to kind of counter your more electricity and bills and all that kind of stuff you're using.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I remember. Because I got it. Yeah, it was added to like your pay slips. Yeah. But I think we should stay out of people's businesses.
It is just from them just giving everybody the money. Why we're messed up now.
What do you mean? Which part?
Like the economy and that. Why it's all messed up. It's just because of COVID and because they just gave everybody peas.
It's basically, it's part of that. And also the whole gas, the Ukraine war as well.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the war.
Yeah, because after COVID, everything kind of went down again. Gas prices, everything kind of went down. But the whole war and Putin also threatening to cut cut the supply of gas, the prices just went up again. Because everybody's now saying, we can't rely on this Russian gas. So let's go elsewhere. And it's expensive elsewhere. So, yeah, man. So they're basically saying this winter's going to be a terrible one, man. And,
It's coming.
How's the war in Ukraine going? Like, are they reaching a resolution? Are we just going for it?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
You know who's winning?
What an inconvenience, man. Damn. In here for a while. Looks.
They need to stop that now.
They're just doing the same back and forth, man. Basically, Russia's got one of their the biggest nuclear plant in Europe. When I say they've got it, it's Ukraine's, but they've taken it, right?
Okay.
And basically, the other day they were talking about basically going there and actually doing the safety checks. They said this place, the safety is non-existent. The type of nuclear plant you think you find in Nigeria is that basically.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
that's mad.
I don't know what's going on over there, man.
But can't like other countries can't we have like a rep from here, sit down, squash the beat? Like, let's talk this out, guys.
I think people have tried, I think, to some degree. But everyone just feels like, most people just feel like Putin's in the wrong. Most people, yeah. I think the last time we did the whole voting thing in about the sanctions and stuff in the UN, only 2 countries voted on Russia's side. I believe it was China and Ethiopia.
So what's the results of the
Eritrea, I think. Yeah, 1 of the 2.
But what's the results of the vote? So why did we vote? For vibes? Or is there something that accompanies this?
No, for sanctions and stuff. They want to make it harder for Russia to actually, continue with the war.
But Russia's making it hard for me to buy petrol every month.
Yeah, it's the consequences. This is why you gotta be knowledgeable and know who you're voting for.
No, I just come on TD and I let you tell me who to vote for.
But yeah, here's a few figures. Basically, if we're looking at January, monthly energy bill average for gas and electricity, if we're working from home, was £191. Obviously, zone 2 to 1, zone 3 to 1, zone 4 to 1, all of that. Like you know, monthly. What do you call it? You know what I'm trying to say. Your whole, you know, oyster
Expenditure. Oh.
yeah. Your travel, yeah. All of that's cheaper. But when you're coming from like zone 5 and outwards, all of that is much more expensive than actually staying at home and actually working from home. So a lot of those people may actually, it may benefit them.
Do you know what make me want to go back into the office full time?
Mhm.
Full time is when they start to cut my pay because I'm working from home.
Mm.
Then otherwise, I think each their own.
Is that what they do now? They cut your pay if you work from home.
No. They haven't thought about it yet. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. Brent cut this up. Give them ideas. But when they get to that point, obviously, it was the whole waiting thing again. Do you remember? So, because I technically live in London, my salary is where it is.
Yeah.
So they think, you know what, because you're not coming into London, we're going to cut it.
Yeah.
That'll be a problem.
I just realized I said that wrong. Basically, from zone 5 outwards, it's more expensive. If that makes sense. Your travel is more expensive. So it'll benefit you to stay at home. But if you like from zone 4 inwards, then it's like, yo, probably better if you come to work because then it'll be cheaper to actually work, you know, to be in the office.
Okay.
Than actually be at home. Yeah, so I said it wrong by mistake.
Sad, man.
Yes, there's something to consider. Apparently, according to some figures, Britain is the card fraud capital.
What, of the world?
It's card fraud. Card fraud, you said?
Card, yeah.
What, of the world?
No, Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Of the world where Nigerians exist, don't
That's
try
what
it. They put some respect on our 419 name.
I was thinking there's even enough people for it.
Big up Hush Puppy. I hope Hush Puppy is doing well inside. What?
How long did he get?
I don't even know if the census that guy, you know.
I don't think it's been concluded.
No, he hasn't been concluded. I need a Netflix show.
I miss fraud, man.
On
I ain't got a
this.
good fraud man out there. If there's any good fraud man watching, contact me, man.
Don't do such a thing.
No, seriously.
Contact him.
If you do electricals as well, anyone does electricals, holidays, hotels.
This sounds like something that should be on No Behavior. It sounds on brand for No Behavior.
But this is purely entertainment, guys.
It's hypothetical.
Yeah.
You know?
This is
There you
fiction.
go. Entertainment.
But don't put the camera on his face.
No, but I remember back in the day, fraud men
Me,
were
his mic.
good for insurance. They were good for holidays. They were good. No,
Holidays, that's
they
scary.
were good for as well.
Mm.
Parking tickets, shit like that. you know.
There was a man who used to put you in the Hilton for a week for $250. The week in the room in the Hilton
Allegedly.
for
All this
the
is
week.
alleged.
Wouldn't you be scared?
Scared of what?
Nah, man. You got to take the risks.
Like, holiday is mad. You land here. Isn't that how they call what's that guy's name? Fraud Bay.
I don't deets holidays. Let me tell you, I deets, I don't mind accommodation because what's the worst they're going to do? Tell me to get out. I don't care.
No, they arrest you.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
Babes.
Babes, I was in a hotel, yeah. That man paid for fraudulently, yeah.
Hypothetically.
This was the realest shit I ever
You're
wrote,
killing
yeah.
me, Marks. You're killing me.
I paid for this hotel fraudulently, yeah. We went there, nice hotel. They went about, came back. There was some kind of discrepancy. There was police there. You know, these foreign police got guns and shit. So this
was in a foreign land.
Yeah, it was in a
You
foreign
have
land.
no fear.
Yeah, it was in a foreign land. And then they were like, oh yeah, there's some kind of discrepancies with the payment. Boom, 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 boom. I'm saying, wait there, what? That's impossible. Let me phone my manager. Because obviously I'm an artist. I don't know about all this shit.
Yeah.
You get me? My manager deals with that. Let me phone my manager. We'll get it sorted out right away. I just phoned the deets, man. I'm like, brother, there's police there talking shit about this ain't been paid for. Like, 1 second, I'll pay for it now. You get
So he
me?
didn't pay for it?
He did pay for it, but it must have fell through or something. So he just
Okay.
went and used new deets. Deetsed it again.
Yeah.
Went through, came off the phone. I was like, manager said that's sorted. They went and took, paid for it. All right, cool, boom. Police went home.
It's happened. There's a deep man out there who owes me money from back in the day. There's one particular
What did you get got on?
insurance I done. Obviously, when you do this on insurance,
Mhm.
if insurance comes off, you just got to do it again.
Yeah.
There's one particular time, but I was doing it through a friend. So I didn't know the Deets guy, but my
Okay.
friend knew a minute. And then one particular time, my insurance cut off. I was like, yo, call your boy, tell him to put insurance back on. Oh, you know what? That guy's gone missing, you know? Like, no one can find no ends. Like, he's just gone ghost.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
So to this day, the guys with money. To this day.
Till this day. It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
don't deets insurance.
But this is back in the. This is
That's
when I
scary.
was. This is when I was, in my early 20s.
Yeah, I want real insurance. I don't deets insurance. I don't deets flights.
Yeah, flights is scary. You land and they're waiting on you.
Yeah, no, don't do stuff. These,
Ooh.
that's all young stuff. Like, don't do none of that stuff now. Of course.
Yeah, people are still doing dominoes.
I don't deets parking tickets. I would love to, but that's
I used to.
crazy.
Why can't you?
Yeah.
I used to.
I would
I
think that's
just-
a good one to do.
At a
No,
certain
I
point,
just think because that just feels like that's my car and my house and my. It just feels like it's too.
yeah.
at a certain
It's
point,
just too
It's
much.
too-
at a
it's-
certain
yeah.
You
point,
get me
It's
too much
personal
on
now.
me. Like you get what I'm trying
at
to
a
say.
certain
Like.
point in my youth, I used to do these every single parking ticket I got.
But if they surely that comes, they'll come back to you, won't it? Surely. Because it's your car that's
Yeah,
deets them all the time.
No,
Eventually,
no.
they're just going to come and say, yo, this is what you
It
doing.
didn't. This is over 10, 15 years ago.
No, I'm saying if you're doing it consistently, my fear would be that they're just going to come for you, innit? That's what I'm saying.
I had no fear.
So you should park anyhow
And
because
plus,
you had a
no.
solution.
I'm not saying I had bare parking tickets. I'm saying whenever I did get one,
Yeah.
I used to deets it. I'm not
Got it
saying
handled.
I'm not saying I was driving around recklessly
Mm.
and getting them deliberately, thinking I don't care. I'm not going to pay it. No.
I would love to be in that mindset, but I can't deets
Wow,
parking
my
tickets.
life is so boring. Straight and narrow.
Things
I spend so much money on parking tickets, it's a joke.
I was just
I can't
driving
remember.
around with no insurance at all.
The most risque
Yeah.
thing I
Danger
did,
to the public.
I hate insurance, man.
the most risque thing I did was drive with no MOT for like 2 weeks. And every time I saw the police, they're on to me.
They said they're onto me, they're gonna get me.
They're gonna get me.
But they don't care about MOT though, do they? It's like road tax though.
You can't get road tax without MOT, so they
No,
do.
no, but you know, yeah, that's true.
So yeah, if you ain't got no MOT, they're on you.
Yeah,
Don't know.
So, yeah, because if you ain't got no MOT, you ain't got no tax.
Yeah, true.
Basically,
But I'm saying, like, back in the day, did they
Wait.
actually check for MOT? They used to check your road tax, though, innit?
they'll check your road tax. Your paper. Back in the day was crazy because it was all the paper trail. Like, you could just say stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have. You could just say
Yeah,
stuff.
remember back in the day, if you get caught without license and you say, "Oh no, it's at home,"
Yeah.
they'll give you
alright.
that producer. You got to go
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah,
your,
go to
have
producer.
to
Yeah, if you
go
could
to-
just-
go
if you
to
could
your
just,
local
like,
station,
quote-
produce your license in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could just quote like insurance companies and prices and stuff like that, they'll just take your word for it. Oh yeah, I'm insurance. I'm with Admiral Insurance. I'm fully commed and this that. Like, you just
Yeah.
tell them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they say, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now the
That happened
computer
to me
brands.
once actually, where I just told him something and it was calm. I was like, what the hell? What's happened?
So wait, so if my MOT runs out, do I need to renew my road tax as well?
I don't know how the timing works out actually because I just got new MO.
You can't renew your road tax
Without
your
MOT.
Without
your
MOT,
MOT
okay.
expired.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
happened. Remember I told you that's happened to me.
Oh yes,
But
yes,
is that
yes.
still the case though?
Yeah, because remember I tried to renew my road tax. They said you haven't got no MOT. I was like, they ain't got no MOT. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I checked. My MOT had expired like 4 months ago.
Oh wow.
So I'm just driving around with no MOT, not realizing it.
Mm.
And these are just things that they just make up. I said there's other things they just want charges to get at people. I was talking to two people, someone in Australia, someone in America, and when I was going to get my MOT done, and they were like, "What's MOT?"
Mm.
And I
What
was
is
like,
MOT? To make sure your car's fit for the road.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And I was like, "Yeah," and they was
It
like, "Oh,
moves, don't it?
like, they ain't got MOT over there." You get me? Like they just making up things to just tax people.
But
crazy.
someone said, if you drive without MOT, it invalidates your insurance. So that means I was
Yes.
essentially driving around
Oh, with no
with no
insurance.
insurance for
Yeah.
months. Like
Yeah.
months, like 3-4 months.
Crap.
See, and when I hear that, I think I didn't need to pay for insurance for 3-4 months. That's all I hear. You know what I'm saying? So
You know, you remind me.
obviously back before.
You remind me of Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. I said I saved $67.30p. That's crazy.
Yes. Oh, I forgot we're in people's journal. So the
Oh,
last
yes.
thing, the last thing is basically about junior doctors. NHS and everyone's been talking about pay rises and whatnot. NHS staff basically got 4.5%, but they're capping the junior doctors' pay rise at 2%.
Wow, am I not doing the same thing?
So this is basically what they're upset about, and they're basically saying like it's just obviously it's a slap in the face. They do long night shifts, save people's lives. Obviously, they've got loads of exams to pay for as well, training, 6 years of student debt as well. It's a lot, and so they're quite vexed.
As it should be. Rise up, y'all.
Yeah.
Strike.
So they may do something, man. They're kind of like protesting and whatnot.
Because you're gonna have doctors strike for long, you know. People are dying.
Yeah.
You can't have them.
Exactly.
And that blood will be in your hands,
Yeah.
poison them.
Yeah. So that's it for the People's Journal today.
Crazy scenes. All right, let's get into woke or joke.
Okay. All right. So I got a question.
Okay.
What if I told you, number one, that one day you'll be able to live forever?
So you're losing your marbles, sir.
And number two, that we will be able to create human beings without human beings. Would you believe me?
No.
I don't.
The living forever, yes. Because I
Oh.
will be in the kingdom of God and I will live eternally. Amen. The second part, no.
Cool. All right, so the first thing is pig organs have been partially revived an hour after the animals were killed. Yeah? So the animal's dead, right? Organs are finished,
Yeah.
but they've been able to revive that particular organ
Yeah.
an hour after, yeah? So that's a breakthrough in,
I thought they knew this already.
in medicine and
because,
whatnot.
you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he has a pig heart, right?
I don't know,
Yeah.
But they would have got that. They would
Let's
have had to
Google
get
that.
it to him
That was a story I heard.
within a certain amount of time.
He had,
innit?
he had a heart transplant
It sounds like Sierra with a penis.
in the 90s.
Mm.
Maybe I heard that.
I knew
as
he
a
had
rumor,
that. I knew
but
he
I'm
had-
sure. Remember, he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
have an operation.
Yeah.
That's like
Remember that.
known. The pig heart thing, that might have been a little rumor.
Mm.
Maybe I heard as a kid, but yeah.
Okay. But yeah. Basically, the technique could increase the number of organs available for transplants, and it could buy doctors more time to save a life if applied to people, right? The study also challenges assumptions about what happens in the moments between life and death, right? Because like I just said to you, this thing was gone, yeah, and they revived it, yeah? That's the first thing. Secondly, researchers have created the world's first synthetic embryo, right? This is a groundbreaking feat, obviously, because it's bypassed the need for sperm, eggs, and fertilization. Right? So scientists at the Weizmann Institute in Israel found that stem cells from mice could be made to self-assemble into early embryo-like structures, which have an intestinal tract, the beginnings of a brain, and a beating heart. Like I said, they're known as synthetic embryos because they're created without fertilized eggs. So I've just told you this information, yeah?
Mhm.
Do you believe, again, that one day we'll be able to live forever? Number two, that we'll be able to create human beings without human beings?
No, because human beings have souls and pigs don't.
What does that synthetic embryo grow into?
Good question. See, I was hoping no one would get to this point so early.
I just cut straight to the core.
Let's get to it. Let's get into it.
All right, so basically, they're saying it can never develop into a full-blown, you know what I'm saying? But I thought basically...
You just to get us.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. But Mark just...
Well done, Mugs.
Straight
Top
to
of the
the
class this morning.
No, because it's like you're tricking us here.
Saying right.
This sounds crazy. But what's going to happen there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
These advances in technologies, though, I think I don't know if we're going to live through them, but they the life expansion thing, they must crack onto it somehow, man. All this like gene therapy and all these rejuvenation stuff, there must be something. And as well, they drip feed us the technology, remember?
Yes, that's true.
They're like however many years advanced. They're probably like, I don't know, just say safe, at least 10 in more advanced than what they let out into the streets, innit? So they could be doing stuff that they've just been trying to perfect for the last couple of years that they're gonna get, that they're planning to roll out in like the next 20 or something like that. You get me? But they must have something, because these people are playing in labs and that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like literally just playing around. Like they must discover like all kinds of things.
Sure.
You get me?
That reminds me of there was like a lecturer talk here by this guy, I can't remember the name, Stephen. He's an economist as well, but he's like one of those liberal guys as well. And he was talking about basically how that actual gene that's responsible for aging, they know what it is. And they've been able to isolate that particular thing. And basically they're saying, we could, like you're saying, extend life to like 200, 300, 400 years. That they have that technology now to do it.
Why not using it then?
Like, I don't know, more research and whatnot. And really, who wants to live that long as well?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that test somebody. How do we? You can say because you can say you have anything, but until I see it in reality, do you really have it?
Okay, so if they actually had it in reality, would you believe it's possible? So if for example, because obviously all of this will challenge how you see life and death, basically. like I mentioned about the whole pick heart thing.
Yeah.
Would it change how you view life and existence?
If I see an actual example.
Yeah.
So if you tell me that you've inserted whatever, you've done whatever it is, and this person's going to take 200 years, I'm not going to be around to see that. So I'm not going to believe it. I need to see a 200-old grandlady to know that this is real.
Okay.
I think with science, I feel like with science, a lot of times they just throw. It's one of those if you can't what is it? You can't dazzle them with brilliance, confuse them with bullshit kind of thing. They just throw numbers in there and throw all these things. Because really, people can't prove it. I'm not really going to prove that.
You're never going to be able to prove.
Yeah, they just throw a lot of numbers and be like, 500 million years ago, blah blah blah. Like they do a lot of that because I'm not really going to set out now to try and prove this theory you told me. So when I see a working theory in reality, I open my mind to it.
Do you feel different about the whole the pig heart thing? Pig, is that heart or?
But this isn't living forever without aging though. This is
Yeah.
so
He's some other person.
It just slows down the aging.
The aging process, isn't it? It would just slow it down. That'd be cool if you could drag it out.
Oof.
Getting old is mad. I
That's
see
mad.
old people walking down the street like taking enough look like their bodies are in bits and stuff. It's like, oh.
So what time do you want to go, Miles? Based on the quality of life that you see with elderly people.
The brain thing.
Oh no, it's just if I keep myself healthy, then I can stay. Actually, there's old people who are healthy up until they're old. They're not all pop down and mash up. That's not. You get what I'm trying to say? That's not necessarily. It is a side effect of age, but it doesn't transpire in everybody the same way. You know what I'm trying to say that. So if I can live healthily enough and keep myself together, then I could be functioning up until I'm a big old man.
And if it is, you lose the ability to have sex at 54.
At 54,
Have what?
lose the ability to have sex at 54.
that's ridiculous. Why would I do that?
No, I'm giving you a hypothetical, sir.
Yeah, but I mean, what if what? Then what? What are you asking?
Would you then want to? All right, cool. I'm tapping out now. Thank you.
I never want to tap out. I'm never gonna want to tap out. I'm never gonna want to give up. They gotta take me. You get me? I'll just
I wonder
make
what
the
sex
best.
is like
I'll just make the
as
best of
an old
whatever
man.
situation I'm in.
They be
while I'm
getting
here.
it in. Apparently, the old man be getting it in.
Like in
They
terms
get
of how much
Viagra.
does your drive decrease, your libido, and your desire to have sex as a
No, I don't think it's
60-year-old, 7-year-old? You know what I mean?
for men. Apparently, don't stop like that.
Is it?
Yeah,
'Cause I would always think that it would stop. Not stop, but it would.
it would decrease.
Yeah.
Nah, the old men are active.
And some old women are dying for it.
Yeah.
Like the older they get, they're
depends on the people, actually,
starving.
yeah.
Do you feel like your sex drive is increased or decreased as you get older?
I think
But it's bound to decrease. Come on.
my libido would have decreased as I've got older.
No, but the way you're describing it is like, they still get in, they still get in.
Some of them still do that. No, obviously
But
not everybody,
not as
but
active as they were when they were
Yeah.
young.
but some of them
Showing.
do. And then
Like
obviously
the kind of
it doesn't need
testosterone
Viagra
that's
as
running
well,
through your body, like obviously like sexual experience and stuff change over age, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so when you got more experience, you can do different things. So you're like the whole experience changes. But if you think back to like how you was moving when you was like 18 and 17 and that, it's ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like the testosterone in you,
It's wild.
is ridiculous. I remember like this couple, like when you was a teenager, I remember one time putting on an album to chop a thing, pressing play to the intro, and getting to the last rhythm of the album, like 20-something songs, and I ain't finished banging yet.
Okay, yeah, that's
Do you get
wild.
what I'm trying to say?
Wait,
You think I couldn't do that? You think I could do that now as a big man?
is this rounds or this is the first round?
Please,
the
this cannot be-
sessions,
this
bro.
cannot-
Was
I
that-
put in the album, I start
Yeah.
having sex with her.
Yeah.
The album finished, and I haven't finished having sex with
As
her.
in one round.
I haven't come or anything.
How long was the album?
This is
Must
back in
album
the
was-
day.
That
This is
must
quality.
be some greatest hits compilation, bro.
This is-
20
Bro.
tracks.
This is quite. No, I don't know if it's 20 tracks, but this is quality music. But I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying though.
It's the Rick Ross
Like-
quality music.
Thinking of the girl, she must have been sore.
No, I'm just saying though, because I'm saying like even like now, if you feel go, oh yeah, I'm gonna chop you all night, or whatever. Like, are we gonna chop all night? No,
No.
no. We're gonna chop for a few hours and thing. We're gonna rest up. I'm gonna double back on you again, and then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. It's sporadic.
Yeah.
You get me for the most part, but it's not all night. Think back a couple sessions when I was 18.
It's been a while.
I blazed these socks all night. Yeah, all night. Every second of the night that was getting cooked up. Do you get what I'm saying? Like when you're younger, it's different.
You're kidding me.
No, when you're young,
You're
you're
actually
starving.
No, you're right. Obviously, when you're younger, you're stronger. You know what I mean? Stronger, bro. Definitely stronger.
That is so funny, man. But no, the old men, they be thirsting and dying for
Yeah,
it.
but old man was popping Viagra though. Let's keep it a buck.
They can, yeah, but even then, like, there's still, like, I'm saying that desire is still
You
very
still
much
got to
there.
have the mindset for the
That's the
Viagra.
thing, yeah.
You know, you pop the Viagra, but you can't be bothered to the younger. You're just there. You're just there hard and just can't be bothered.
And also, as,
All right, then.
as an old man, are you looking at women your age and finding them attractive, or are you looking at women below you? So if you're a
it
7-year-old
depends,
man,
yeah.
are you being turned on by a 7-year-old woman?
Some people, some men are, you know, if auntie is packing and the right things in the right places, yeah. But obviously, you got some old men that like younger women, but there are some old men who like go for the age mates and. Miss Shirley's looking good.
No, I ain't talking about you're 70 and your wife is 69. Like you're together. I mean, if you're single, let's say you're divorcee, you're 70.
Yeah.
Are you trying to go for 7-year-old women, or are you going for younger? I think
No, they do.
Because some men ain't trying to do that young girl shit.
Yeah.
Especially like single.
Because I watch
70.
a lot of like divorce court and stuff, and a lot of the older couples. I would say more of them are with their age mates. Like even if they're single bachelor, the woman they want to now be with and stuff is their age mate.
Yeah, because by that point in life, they know what they want. If
Exactly.
if you're 65
Yeah.
and you end up single and that, yeah, like you know what you want, innit? So I ain't got time for all these games. So if I find someone else that's similar age, they know exactly what they want as well. We're here. Let's go die together.
Yeah.
I hear that. I don't know. Companionship wise, for sure. But in terms of just,
Do you know what I know?
So if you're 70,
yeah,
what type of age range you going for?
Oh dear.
maybe a young 40, 50.
The age gap conversation always
I don't
makes
think
me laugh.
He said 50 just because
I don't think
his
I'm,
heart is really 40.
I don't think I'm 70 looking for 70-year-olds. I keep it a buck.
I think that's reasonable, you know?
You know what I mean?
30 years is cold.
Ridiculous.
Trying to
But
find,
if you can,
try and find Blanche and
Nah,
them, man.
you gotta look like you can't look like a 70-year-old woman to be with you.
Yeah.
If I'm a younger babe, you can't look like a granddaddy and no,
45,
this
yeah.
is dry. Mm-mm.
do you feel like if you needed Viagra,
Yeah.
that like you look at yourself and be like,
Well,
I'm
welcome to-
getting to the end. Yeah.
What,
Nah, there's young guys using it now,
As a
you
man
know.
that age?
Yeah.
No?
No. Like,
Like, because is your Viagra use capped? Like, are you running out of time? If that makes sense. Like, are you gonna get to a point where this ain't gonna work no more?
Is that what you mean?
If it's all, no, because if the Viagra always gonna work, obviously it's fucked up if you get to the point that you need Viagra. But if the Viagra's always gonna work, then it's like,
yeah, you don't mind.
yeah, just if it's like it's gonna get to the point where like even the Viagra is gonna like I'm running out of bonus. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? Like I've got a certain amount of number, and then it's gonna, it's pain, isn't it? But if that's your story, but it's working every time, then go true. Because I'm hearing there's man out there who Viagra don't even really work for them and that.
Oh, is it?
There's serious levels of impotence in that. These things were created for a reason. You get me? There's serious levels of
Yeah.
impotence out there.
That's sad.
It's not a joke.
I think it's crazy how you can take a tablet and it knows where
Where
to
to go?
go, and you know what I'm saying? It just function like that. Yeah, medicine.
It's wild.
Listen, well,
Science.
Everyone's thinking I'm wayward for the 40 covered.
Well, the age gap.
Yeah, the thing is.
I feel like the older you get, age gap is not as bad as it is. Do you know what I mean? Like the older you get, you're your own
Hold
person.
on.
It's not as bad.
Let me
if
check
I'm being honest.
Angela Bassett's age.
Do you get what I mean?
Because Angela Bassett looks good.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Do you know what I mean? Because you're a grown woman.
yeah.
So I feel like if you're 40 and you're 70, I don't think that's
I
bad.
take it back.
Yeah.
It depends.
But that's not for
Depends what you like.
society
Like
to-
Angela Bassett, sorry to interrupt you, is 63 years old.
63.
And she looking, you know what I mean?
So if you're 70, you go for Angela Bassett.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, no, I think society's messed us up a bit
Age
with the age gap stuff, and everybody pretends like people are doing stuff like untowards and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's just
I
like,
mean, I think rightly so for certain ages. I think the older you start to get, when you're like, I think anything post 30, whatever you are with, I don't think, again, depending on the person, obviously, but for the most part, I don't think it's like a cause for concern.
If someone, sorry.
So no, go on. No, go on.
I was just gonna say, if someone's 35,
Yeah.
man's 35,
Yeah.
what's the youngest woman you should get with?
I'll say anything from 27.
Okay, two questions. Marry, have a relationship, settle down with. He's 35. So like, give me one age for that. And then second one, just,
Lincoln.
chopping, yeah.
First of all, you link women your own age. You leave young girls alone. But I think that if it's marriage settled down or whatever, I think from 27.
That's the youngest he should be with.
I don't get involved in people's business. I think age gaps and all this stuff, I think they're stupid, yeah. And I think when people have different intentions and they're doing stuff untowards, then you can get onto them and you can look at them. Yeah, when shit's real, like what's the legal in this country? 17, 18, what is it? He can go wherever is legal, that's the youngest that he can go to. If that's what he wants to. If he's connected with that person and that's how they feel and that's what they're doing, it ain't none of my business. I see someone do that to someone the other day where someone talking about the age gap between him and his baby mum. Somebody's got 2 kids with you and how old she was when they met them and is trying to vilify him for it and rah. But I'm saying, this person wasn't doing nothing untowards or nothing. This was genuine. They stayed together. They've been together for 10 years.
No,
it lasted the test of time. This is serious stuff.
No, but
and then now they're the age they are. The age gap ain't even a problem.
The conversation that comes in though is to do with like manipulation and stuff.
It's not manipulation, but it's none of your business. That was something genuine. That was their thing. They're fine.
Yeah, but it was genuine because you made her believe it was genuine.
What do you mean he made up? What do you mean he made up? They're in a family now. What do you mean he made up? It was
they're
genuine.
Nah, honestly, a lot of grown men who move to younger women, they know what they're doing.
And a lot of younger women like older men. This ain't no one-way street.
No, I know it's not, and that's a conversation that needs to be had as well. And that sometimes that is a response to trauma most days, if I'm being honest. But if you're 30-year-old and you're saying the legal age is 18 and you're fine there, you're an agbaya and you should be embarrassed.
What's the agbaya mean?
You're like an old fool.
You know what it is? In this world, you've got the legal ages, right?
Yeah.
Then you've got the
moral.
Then you've got the morally wrong ages that it's legal.
It's not fair because morals are different.
I
So I don't care what you morally think.
What do you want? What
Does it matter what people morally think?
Let me finish. The morally ages are just down to individual perception and whatever.
Just why it's none of your business.
People can judge you and you can defend it because at the end of the day, in your mind, I'm not doing nothing wrong legally, so you can't chat to me. But the person on the other end, they're going to put their morals on you. That's just the way it is.
I will be putting my morals on anybody.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't understand people who are scared to do what they want because of people what people think like morally. Like I could say something here and everybody think it's morally wrong, yeah, but I don't give a fuck because it doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change what I'm gonna do. Your morals doesn't dictate mine. It doesn't change how I think, how I feel. So whatever you just say about me, I'll think about me in your spare time. Literally doesn't matter. You can call me what's the word?
Agbaya.
You call me an ugbaya. All of these things. This is stuff that people are not saying to myself. Anything that people think about me. So what the fuck is it? It doesn't even matter.
And that's why moral arguments can be had because at the end of the day, the person on the other end knows that they can't really get at you because you're not doing anything wrong legally. And that's why these things it's always a back and forth.
I just think when people have got ulterior motives, so it's like, say like older guys, say like if you say like you had a young girlfriend, and she was like youngish to right, that's a young girl. You know what I'm trying to say, yeah? If I see it develop and I don't care to get involved in your business. If you just relationships, whatever ground you came together and you found, that's your business. And I would think that's not a no red flag to me. If you just run around linking girls, and then every time you come to me, you got some little young thing, there's a 20-year-old thing there, and another little 20-year-old thing there, and then all of a sudden, this is like a theme.
This is your pattern.
There's a theme going on here, and you just love these young birds. Then I'm gonna be a bit like,
what's up?
Well, go on, brother. Like, what's your story with these little young Johns? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? There's clearly something going on here.
Yeah.
You get me? Like,
I mean, I do think, of course, they're sincere situations, where the guy genuinely likes the guy and actually things are pure and clean and there's no funny business going on. But a lot of men, I don't have the stats, but a lot of older men who specifically go for younger women is because they know that they can manipulate these women. That's because when they go for their age mates is not gonna.
It's like you're
have
saying,
the same thing. You can't manipulate your age mate because she's wizened up.
But it's the conversation. The women do the manipulating too. Women do the manipulating too. Like girls, even though it speaks to like probably what's inside the men, but women, like the young girls will manipulate them old man as well. Like they know the man them want because it works both ways. It's not like
how do they manipulate it? How can a young girl manipulate an older man?
What a young attractive girl? Because she knows she can go and get an older man. Because she knows they want this what they want. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't think it works that way.
Huh?
I don't think it works like that.
No, it can work.
What do you mean? No, why not? To pattern her up, like, whether it be monetary, whatever. Of course she can.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah, you can. Like, of course she can. It works, but everything that we're doing works both ways. Like, really, everything that we're saying works both ways. Like you're saying, we need to have a conversation because there's toxic stuff behind it. So just like there's stuff we're saying it comes from trauma, or whatever. For like the girls, maybe there's stuff from the man to like the young girls as well. But like there's even though it could be an issue looking at these older guys who like the young thing, you need to take a microscope and look at these young girls that are on older men, because the majority of girls are
Okay, for
on
like
older
material
men.
stuff, you
This is
mean?
what they want.
Like,
Okay,
the-
okay,
the
okay.
youngest
Even if it's just for
girls
material,
to
but I'm
I thought you
20s.
meant for like sex and stuff. I was thinking.
No, but I'm saying even so, though, that's your type. That's what you want. You know what I'm trying to say? So we're making that like it's a big problem. We're vilifying the guys for doing this stuff. But then the reality of the world is, this is what's happening. No girl don't want no man their own age. So what are we doing here? Why are we vilifying people? Why are we pretending like this is something so horrible? What we're doing? Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know, man.
Everybody's just pretending.
I've heard too many stories. I've had older men move to me, and I know their motives has been clear to me as to why they moved to me, even though they're much older than me. I'm speaking on this from experience, and my stance is that a lot of older men who want to go for significantly younger women, they're creeps. 9 out of 10 times, it's not out of the purity of their heart because it's something they just connected
See,
with.
what I say, because
There's a bad motive
that's
connected to
their
it.
style, though, isn't it? They're consistently going for younger girls. That's
Yeah.
it speaks to the type of person. That's their style.
Yeah.
They are creeps. This is what they're continuously
Yeah.
doing, so they can manipulate the young girls. And
Yeah.
So those kind of. I feel that. Let me just say extreme circumstances, but in those kind of circumstances, 100%,
Yeah.
I'm 100%, I'm on board. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? Like man that doing stuff like that, cool.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's our place to speak into people's relationships and get involved into what people's doing just because of age gaps and then start talking about, oh yeah, that it's an untoward or it's this and that. It's generations we live in. Go to our grandparents, the age gaps are
Yeah, they're-
ridiculous.
it's
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's
Then again, they
huge.
suffered a lot, so really and truly.
But
Yeah.
I think it also depends on your intention, man. Because sometimes, like, for example, especially in certain religions and whatnot, men just want a woman that's going to give kids. You know what I'm saying? So if she can, start bearing kids, she's 20 and he's like 35.
That's problematic.
But why is it problematic though?
Women are more than their wombs, man.
No, I hear that. Yeah, but
Yeah, that's-
but the
of course,
logic,
but-
the logic behind it though.
Especially if you get on and there's more to it, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I can tell every man once you get old, these are the logic. You got to be sensible. Don't know if you need a gal your own age. Make sure she's younger than you. Imagine you're both 65 in the yard and you fall down in the shower. How's she gonna pick you up? Who's picking up who? Yeah, we can't both be old and feeble in the yard. You get what I'm trying to say? That it doesn't make no sense. Both got arthritis. I drop in the shower and you can't pick me up.
Trying to pick me up.
Nah, this is crazy. You gotta have a little strength there. You get me?
Oh,
So-
dude, that's hilarious.
No,
That is
seriously.
hilarious.
You gotta make sure she's gonna be stronger than you.
I'm so dead, man.
Shout out to Laura in the chat. Apparently, she just quit her job
Oh, big up,
nice.
Laura.
because you guys advocated for freedom of speech. So
Wait, what?
she told her
Was she
CEO
really?
to F off.
Laura,
Oh, nice.
we had a job vacancy out. You better apply.
These are crazy.
Imagine.
That's so good.
Oh, she did
Freedom
quit her
of
job.
speech. Huh?
No, I'm reading what she wrote.
She actually quit a job
I don't think she's done it because of us. But
Hope not.
She's done it.
because we're gonna forget we said this tomorrow. So
I'm sure that was in her mind from before this.
yeah, but big up yourself for quitting your job though.
But if-
This is something that
if
would
we
make
helped
you miserable.
In your decision, and it's a good decision, then yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up you, Laura. Now
And
she's got
also-
more time to watch us.
And also one thing is, I think sometimes we don't give women enough credit, for being wise enough.
Mhm.
I'll tell you why. Because if someone's like 35, for example, and he sees a woman that's 21, you mean to tell me automatically, because he's 35, she's 21, they shouldn't date? It's the same woman who's gone to uni, maybe Oxford or something, got a good degree, intelligent woman, knows what she wants in life. Because of the age, he's manipulating this Oxford University graduate.
If he's a manipulator, yes. Manipulators.
It's unfair. I get what you're saying.
If
You
it's
know what I'm
if it's a but being manipulated doesn't. It's not just weak people that get manipulated. Basically, there's different reasons. There's different ways in which people can get manipulated.
Yeah.
We can't
And I
tie
think
everyone with
that-
the same brush. Because I think what you're saying is we can't speak to everybody's intentions, innit?
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we definitely can't.
Exactly. And it's the guys with the bad intentions are the ones that we have a problem about.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but I do think though, like you can meet a 21-year-old. You can meet two 21-year-olds who graduated the same uni, did all of that stuff, same qualifications, all the way down to a T.
Mhm.
And maturity-wise, they're different.
Of course.
So I don't think that just because you got a good degree, you're 21 or
Mhm.
whatever, you got accomplishments,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean that you can't be manipulated. There's 40-year-old women who are manipulated
100%.
and who have great degrees. There's people
Yeah.
who are in high positions in society,
Mhm.
and then when it comes out that this is actually
Mhm.
their situation back at home, as in behind closed doors, this is what's
Mhm.
been going on,
Mhm.
they've been manipulated. So I don't think,
You're right.
just because you're 21-year-old, I don't think it's down to us not giving credit to women. It really isn't that. It's a deep manipulation is a deeper thing
I get what you're saying, but
intelligence.
I get what you're saying, but I think it's kind of wrong to assume because you're 21, you are there to be manipulated. You see what I'm saying?
I think
it's
it's bad when it comes from people where men who do it from a position of power. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's when the age thing's worse. So I think like general public, general relationships. I think I just let the public do what they're doing. But I think men that are in perceived positions of power going for young girls, I think that's a problem. So if you got like a lot of money, or like if you're really advanced in your industry, say like at sport or famous or whatever it may be, or do you get what I'm trying to say? Just even within your field, if you're
but you know though, that in normal life, every lay person, whatever situation they might be in, has some form of power. So normal human beings who are walking on the high street, they might not be famous, they might not have all the money, they might not whatever, but in the relationship, they can have power over who they're with.
Yeah.
And that's where the manipulation comes into it. Do you get what I mean? So I'm not saying that, when I automatically have an age gap, I automatically think he's a villain. Or even with women, because there are women who date younger men as well. I don't automatically think you're a villain, but does a light bulb in my head flicker? Absolutely does, because what was the thought process behind this? For me, like when you're in a relationship is deeper than attraction, is deeper than all these things. You got to get on, you got to want the same things in life. Like there's so much depth into it, that I'm like, did an 18-year-old and a 40-year-old, were you guys really aligned in that sense? So that's what makes me think that, okay, if you weren't, what made you? And I'll be honest with you anyway. I just see. I think it's
okay.
Weird.
So if you met a couple,
weird.
if you met a couple, like a loving old middle-aged couple, and you saw them, and then you asked them how old they was. The woman said she's 40. The man said he's 51.
Yeah.
Are you saying that's calm? That's normal?
No, I told you from the age of 27. I don't.
No, but I'm saying when you're looking at them, you're telling them that's normal, that's calm, and you're looking at them, they've got a healthy, successful relationship, family, kids, everything. You're like, oh yeah, this is a cool relationship.
It's a 40-year-old and a 50-year-old man.
Okay, cool. And then afterwards, he told you he's been with her since he's been 27 and she was 16.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, that's interesting.
But then what?
It's interesting.
So but in your mind, you're thinking what?
In my mind, I'm thinking, how did you come about? How did that come about?
Are they still a good couple? Are they still a good?
They're a good couple today, but your foundation for me is shaky. Absolutely is. She's a 16-year-old. What are you? Sorry, it's making me sick. You're a 27-year-old man, and you're attracted.
No, but before that, you said they were cool.
I
was just checking because before that, you said they were cool.
No, but they're cool at the age I've met them now. But when I know your foundation, when I know what you met,
but you've seen the outside of the relationship, so you know what his intentions were. He never had nothing untowards. He stayed with her for 40, 50 years. He wasn't doing anything creepy. Yeah. He loved this person. He stayed. So you've seen what's in his heart. You've seen it play out.
So you tell me.
Not really.
What do you mean?
Because
wait, how not? Once again, how not really? Why not really?
No. Wait, before you go to Brent. Your foundation can be rocky. It could have started off manipulation. And then, this is how manipulation works. And then now it's to a point where, your marriage is great. But just because your marriage is great today doesn't mean that this did not start off in a bad way. You've just manipulated this person so much to now see you in this light. And now you guys are having what you call...
So it's not a two-way thing. It's just a manipulation. Speak to that, Brent. Is that what you're saying as well then?
No, I mean, there was an early episode where you spoke about Stockholm Syndrome, right? Right?
Yeah.
Am I mistaken?
Go on. All
You're
right.
absolutely not mistaken, Brent.
She said when it is that she met them, at that stage, she's seen it as, all right, cool, you guys might have met just last year. So she's like, this is a cool relationship. Once she has more information, and he met her when she was 16, then she's like, well, I now have to question whether it is that she was conditioned, groomed from the jump. And
groomed to what? Have a wonderful, amazing life.
Right,
that's what she was groomed for. I was grooming this one to have a wonderful, amazing life, to give her a good family and give her a good husband and beautiful children. That's what you're so mad about. She was being groomed for. What are you talking? Stop putting spins on things.
It's not You've seen this is reality. What spins?
This is a hypothetical.
If you want me to respond, I can.
No, this is people's real life.
All right, go on. So,
are you sure?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Are you sure?
I think in Esther's head, she now looks to track back and go back to the genesis of their relationship, and she will question the intent then. Yes, by how many years gone by, it could be, yes, she's now fallen in love, but don't you question how she was basically groomed or chatted up, or in your head, just, I was just dating her. I was courting. In your head, that might be the case, but she's young then.
She's young. Guys, we have to be responsible. Are we talking about a 27-year-old man?
Yeah.
Right? We should not
With
be
a
looking at a
16-year-old.
16-year-old. I'm sorry, Marks.
That's not what. No, you missed it. I asked
This is
you
why
how
I-
you felt
this is
about
why-
something.
This is
Yeah.
why I said I understand what you're asking
Mhm.
because she only meets them at that age.
Yeah.
But when you give them more information, she now
Have
retraces.
more
That's
to
fine.
do,
You can
yeah.
retrace, but I asked: are they still a
Mhm.
good, healthy relationship? Are they still the same way you thought about them?
If you're asking a question as in right now, then you can only speak to the question you're asking, which is right now. But then she will ask you, all right, let's ask a different question that I've answered your question. Are you going to question the intent? Years ago, when she was 16 and he was 27.
Well, for me, I don't need to question the intent because I've seen the 20, 30 years of what it's going to play out. So if I'm going to question, his intention was to find a good woman that he connects with and build a family with and grow and think with. That
He's
was clearly his
crazy.
But he
intention.
met her-
let's-
but he
Because
met-
because I've seen
But
it.
he met
Now
her
let
when
me
he
ask
was
you a different
16.
question.
That's
Now
the
let me ask you a
problem.
different question.
Because I've seen it.
No, let me ask you a different question.
Okay.
Again, you spoke about Stockholm syndrome before. What is that?
When you like, obviously when you just fall,
In love with your
you're
capture
really
or something?
captures. Yeah.
All right. Can you meet a thief of women at a certain age and think that their relationship is sweet? Can you meet a capturer, somebody who's captured a woman,
Yeah.
and they are showing you the relationship in front of you? Oh, it's lovely. Can you meet an R. Kelly and see that this particular young woman, it loves this guy? And you can call it, that's a nice relationship. Goals.
No,
No
I'd
goals.
see through that.
This is how you escape my questioning.
Sorry, 'cause
By saying, I would never fall for this.
yeah, I wouldn't. No, you couldn't shoot me.
All
I'd
right,
see through
that's
that.
how you respond to his stupid question.
Yes.
I would
is
never
it.
fall for this.
Yes,
I don't
that's
think
exactly what
I
I
don't
said.
think that's I don't think that's fair. I'll give you a quick thing as well. So you're saying that they're 40, whatever it was, yeah. She's been groomed that whole time?
Do you not just go what Stockholm syndrome is?
I'm just asking, is it yes or no? Has she been groomed this whole time?
Yes.
Okay. So remember that time we were talking about the martial arts guy who had the wife?
Yes.
And I said to you, why is it
I hate
now?
when you'll do a callback on me.
No, it's important. And
I'm
I said
here
to
with you today, to be honest.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
Right, both
I'm
of you are
not
going to go down.
All right.
No,
Listen.
you two are moving
Yeah.
wayward.
It's-
No.
It's
Wait,
3 against 2.
No. What's this here?
And I haven't even begun to pipe up yet.
And I said to you, why isn't it that you see her, his wife, as being groomed? Because he met her at, was it 17 or something?
Mhm.
Right? They're now married, right? She's like maybe 30.
Yeah.
And now they both groomed another 16-year-old.
Yeah.
They're both in prison.
Mhm.
You said no. It gets to a certain age where it's like, at the end of the day, you're responsible. Remember?
Do you know what I remember? I remember saying to you, because I remember we were talking about the sentences they got,
Yeah.
right? And I said she is also a victim,
Mm-hmm.
but she's also gone on to commit the same crime that was committed against her.
Groomed.
She could have been groomed or whatever, and he groomed her directly. But then
Mhm.
she's then gone on to groom other people. I think I remember as well Koi saying, yeah, but maybe she went on to groom because she was groomed, blah, blah, blah. But I said that I do think that she should get some kind of leeway. But again, responsibility cannot be absorbed totally because she still did what she did.
But she did it under pure manipulation. She was groomed into that type of behavior.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but I still think there should be consequences for your actions.
But can you see why I'm seeing?
I can't see.
Can
Absolutely not.
you not see it?
Would you let your 16-year-old daughter being home a 27-year-old man?
No.
Okay. That's it.
But that's got nothing to do with what we're talking
It
about.
does.
No, it does.
No, it don't.
It does.
Nothing to
It
do
does.
with it.
It does.
No,
We
do
know
you know what it does? It does,
does.
because sometimes we talk about things hypothetically, then when it comes closer to home, all of a
Yeah,
sudden
yeah,
people are
you
seeing
just
things
run
differently.
away.
No,
Would you
it
let
does.
your 16-year-old daughter be with a 27-year-old man?
No.
Exactly. That's it.
But that's got nothing to do
It
with
does.
the
It does,
point
though.
of what you're saying.
It does.
It does.
Because you're saying,
Well, you not heard what you was
No, but
talking about.
you're saying that, yeah,
He's saying because if we go into the future and we see that this relationship is still remaining in a good space, it
Yeah.
means that his intentions weren't bad at the beginning.
It's not that. It's because you use words like grooming, like they've always got like.
But sometimes that's what it
No, it's not. Because they have negative.
Mark,
they don't always have
Mark,
negative.
It's the question.
They don't
Mark,
always have negative
Mark,
connotations.
it's the-
Sometimes
Why
you can groom
does a
someone into be
27-year-old
something good
man
and successful.
Looking at a 16-year-old child, why?
We wasn't talking about that. You sort of reframing the question. We wasn't talking about making it all right for that. That's not how we got here in the
no,
first place.
because you said,
I-
well, I see. You
No,
said
because
if I
we
know
was
their
talking about
story-
age groups and all of these things.
Yeah.
And then I said, if you saw them, at a certain age,
Yeah.
how would you feel about their relationship? And then now afterwards, if someone gave you more information and let you know that they was in that relationship from young,
Yeah.
how would you then feel about it? So then when you start bringing up all these horrible and negative things about grooming and rare, I'm saying the relationship's been there for 30 years. So we've seen how it's played out. So even if he was grooming her, it wasn't no negative grooming, it was positive grooming. He's groomed her to be a successful
Positive
brother.
grooming?
Well, he's groomed. If that's the
Bruv.
words that you want to use, I'm just telling you, he hasn't done anything bad yet. Not even yet. He hasn't.
Just
bad?
because- no,
What
but
are you
just-
talking
I'm
about?
I'm asking. I'm giving you a scenario. You are trying to change things. I'm trying to explain to you.
Listen.
When you say but you have to look. When you say well, now I know that it was 10 years. You have to go back and you have to look at his intentions and what he was doing and rare. And I'm saying, okay, fine. You say that they've been here for 30 years. Whatever his intention was, he didn't do it. He never had no bad intentions. He didn't do anything. Wrong. He hasn't done anything wrong.
What for you?
You get what I'm trying to say? So then I'm saying now, do you still feel that? How do you still feel about the relationship? I'm trying to see. Trying to determine if it's just
wrong.
No, but just because something good has come out of this situation
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
mean that the
understand.
beginning wasn't wrong. If someone tries to kill me today and then I'm on life support for long, I resurrect and everything, and my life is now great, I then become this world
Good
leader who
grooming.
is preaching,
Is
who is
wild.
influencing all these people.
Mhm.
Just because now my outcome has become great doesn't mean what happened to me is bad. Wasn't bad.
Would you be happy about the outcome?
I'm living in the outcome, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing though.
Are you happy about the outcome though?
Do you know,
Now
I'm
you're
not even- no, this example is not even given.
I don't think you
because-
don't understand what you're saying. brother.
Understand.
I really don't.
Wait.
This is wild.
Just know
Yeah.
that Mags had a slip of tongue. He didn't mean positive grooming. He's not suggesting that the definition of grooming could be seen as positive. Just putting it out there.
No, I
Yeah,
knew
hopefully
what you
people
meant.
Are you?
understand what
Do
we're
you
talking
agree with
about.
that? Do you
Yeah.
agree
When
with
I
that?
get,
Because you're
you
speaking
can
to
watch things. When I got no time to retake and back. I said what I said. You don't take it. It delivers how it delivers it.
Yeah,
If Brendan wants to
so-
clear it up and fix it, you can clear it up and fix it. If you want to jump on me, because that's how arguments work. So when I slip up and say something that sounds untoward, if you want to jump on it and cling on it, that's fine. You're within your rights to do that.
Yeah, but then
But you
gotta
can also.
clarify what you meant
I
by
don't
it.
need to, because you can also watch it back and pick through what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, because you're saying that it was like he was grooming her. But remember, this is a fake scenario. I'm saying grooming her to do what? Grooming her to have a successful life, to be a
But that's what
successful
he
woman
wanted.
and have a
Actually,
family.
that's what she wanted. It looks successful,
What?
but your
But
definition
she don't want to have a happy
successful.
family and home. She's happy. The person's happy. They was cool before I told you they were
Because she's
16. They
been
was cool.
groomed,
You were just
but this
proud
is
of their
what she
relationship.
wanted. She's
Before
been
I
groomed, this is
told
what she
you-
wanted, and now she's living in it.
Before I told you their age gap, you was just proud of their relationship. You were just cool with them. They was cool.
Yeah, but now you told me the backstory. I can now think, okay, this is not what I thought it was. Just because the outcome is now positive, you don't know what plan. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've had this mindset of, so I've grown to decide, you know what, having children is not a priority for me.
Mhm.
I've grown to get to this point.
Mhm.
When I was younger, I felt like I wanted to have them. This has always been in me. I've just never vocalized it. I could have met a man when I was 16 who then was with me and all that kind of stuff. And then I grow up to be this 40-year-old woman. He's 50 or whatever. And, you know, I have children. And you said you think you got a successful marriage. I never had the chance to grow to discover what it is I wanted, because he has put what he wanted on me. So there's no, like, grooming, just because it then has some kind of outcome that we can label as good, that society can say is good, doesn't mean it is good.
Yeah, and what you're saying is not wrong, yeah. But why it's not fair, yeah? Because the way I put it to you. You know what I'm trying to say? Remember, and this is all hypothetical. So
Yeah.
you sat down with this couple and you met them, and they gave down a breakdown to you of their life and their relationship. And as far as you're concerned, this is a good, healthy relationship. This is goals.
Yeah.
And then now, yeah, I told you, yeah, that he met him in the thing, yeah. And then the same relationship that still goes on good, you are trying to vilify and make him like some monster
Can I ask a
because
question?
of the age group.
Can
And
I
I'm
ask-
saying, I'm just trying to get the
Can I
correlation.
ask a question?
Go
Can I
on.
ask a question? Wow, sorry. What was the example that you gave? What was the age difference?
The woman
It was like
40.
11, it was 11 years, I
Yeah,
think.
11 years. And he's 51.
What was the actual ages?
I think I said 40 and 51.
40 and 51. Let's just say it's 53 and 38, and it's a good relationship. Would you be cool with that?
What's the difference with that
Let
again?
me see, 53.
That 15?
Maybe
Yeah,
13?
15 years.
15?
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm going with.
I know
this.
exactly.
Exactly.
where you're
Right.
going.
And I need you to understand this, because I'm telling you, this is how her mind worked when it is that you traced back. Do you understand?
Okay.
So let's now whoosh, and you find out that he met her when she was underage.
But 15 years and she was, yeah. Okay, cool. But that was different.
I know, because I've now asked you this, and I've now asked you to now do the hypothetical. Wait, oh my goodness, you had no problem when it is that I told you the first one, but now the second one? Oh my goodness.
It's a worse scenario. You gave me a bigger gap. I
For
gave
you-
you.
for you.
It's for everyone. I gave you a manageable gap.
My
You get
friend,
me?
my friend,
You
my
just
friend,
gave me a worse
It wasn't
one.
manageable for Esther. Remember, her mind is like, no, that's too young. The power dynamic is too great. For Esther, it's too much. Where you said, I've given you something manageable. That's for you. I've now given you something manageable where you said, yeah, I like that. If it's a good relationship, if it's looking after it, cool. Oh, wait a minute, Brent, you tricked me.
All right, Brent, watch this here. And Esther, I want to answer this. You don't have a problem with the age gap of 11 years,
Mhm.
right?
From a certain age.
Yeah. At what age is that certain age? If that makes sense.
I told you, anything,
So-
I believe anything from 27, 26, 27.
Yeah.
I think I would say that you got your own mind in my mind.
So you think a woman can?
But I'm
only
basing
make-
that off how I am as a person.
Yeah.
Again, I know that it's not universal. The maturity,
Of course.
all that stuff is not universal. But with me, I'm less likely to look at something a bit funny
Mhm.
if I believe it's from the age of 26.
So basically, in a roundabout way, it's kind of like saying women are only able to make certain decisions.
I'm not talking for all women.
I know, but for you to not look at that person in a particular way, look at their relationship in a particular way from the age of 26.
But I've told you though that it's not as easy as women not being able to. I'm not saying women are not intelligent enough. I'm not saying they're not
know,
smart
I
enough.
know.
I'm not saying they're not strong-willed enough.
Yeah, I know you're not
It's
saying
none
that.
of those things.
Yeah.
Manipulation is
Can happen to all
it's-
ages.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
way deeper than that. So
Mhm.
for me, I'm saying for me personally, that is the age where I think, okay, do you know what? She, in my mind, is strong enough to have known whether she wanted to be in this.
Yeah.
Of course, that varies, but it's not about the intelligence or how mature she is or anything
Yeah.
like that. I don't think. I'm not saying, just because you have to restrict yourself until the age of 26. Absolutely not.
Mm.
I'm just saying that is the age that makes me that doesn't make my eyebrow raise,
Okay.
basically. Because I've actually met someone in that kind of scenario, the kind of scenario you said, where she told me, oh, me and my husband have been together for this X amount of years and we've got this many kids and it's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And I did think it was beautiful. That it's rare to find a marriage that's lasted that long and that kind of companionship. Then another time we're having a conversation, she told me what age they met and how many children she had at the age of when she was 20.
Mm.
And I saw it completely different. I was thinking, damn.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say. So we got to speak to these people's intentions. So even something like that, like even say like the fake one we're talking about, yeah.
Mm.
If you've done that, yeah, say that the guy's intentions, yeah.
Yeah.
This is his woman, yeah. He is never gonna go with another woman, yeah, and he's going to be with this person until the day he dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it still speak to like that is he still doing something like because it comes from like man's trying to do something untowards. I'm trying to say that there's some people that are in that situation that are not doing anything untowards. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. Like, there's some people that are just in that situation.
We know that.
No, but for me, the act of trying to pursue someone that age is untoward.
Okay, fine, but I'm saying if he,
I don't give a damn about no legal age, bro.
what I'm trying to say is, yeah, but if they done that,
16 and 27 is wrong.
what I'm trying to say is, if someone met a girl when she was 16,
Yeah.
and he was 27,
Yeah.
and then from that day he never slept with another woman, and he stayed with her until the day
I
he died.
don't care.
Does that speak to you?
As a 27-year-old man, why are you looking at a 16-year-old child
Okay, fine,
and wanting
but-
to pursue her romantically and
Okay,
sexually?
that's fine. I'm not asking you to understand that. I'm not asking you to understand that
Yeah.
because you're trying to. I can't put you. You can't. I'm not trying to put you in that place because you don't look at things like you don't get it. I'm not asking you to understand that. I'm saying he's done that. So forget his decision. You don't need to understand his decision. We're not doing all of that. You can't relate. Yeah. But this is what the man's done. Yeah. He was 27. She was 16. Yeah. And you saw them when they was 40 and 51, and was pretending he never goes with another woman and he never leaves her until the day he dies. That's his intentions or what's in him. Does it? And what does it say to you about him? Does it mean anything?
Nothing changes for me.
I'll be honest with you, I still need to know what the thought process
Nothing
was
changes for me.
behind that.
Hmm?
Behind that
Okay.
beginning. Granted, he's a good guy, blah, blah, blah. I'm still intrigued to know what it was that attracted you.
I still think you're wayward.
Someone wants
What-
to know if Mags and Iman has ever been with this type of young girl because they're advocating for it heavy.
Not at all.
Why? Just like these are advocating for freedom of speech. Are they racist or haters or like what are you talking about? We're having a
Hey,
conversation.
It's
don't
about-
shoot the
it's
messenger.
about intelligence. It's just questioning things and see
But
why
yeah,
people think.
I
in
would
particular
always,
way.
I would always want to know what it was that had you attracted in the first place.
Yeah.
And what kind of conversation did you have that made you think, do you know what? I don't even want you as just not a mentor, not a mentee, not a friend, not as someone who I just happened to see. What made you think? Do you know what? I want to live a life.
You're looking at this child
What's
in
the
a
thought
sexual
process?
way, in a romantic way. That's wrong.
What's the thought process behind
Can I
that?
ask a question? This may take it back to left news, isn't it?
Babe, we've been left.
If you know, you know, right? But honestly, if we need a part 2, we can do a part 2. If I told you Mary, the mother of Jesus, was 13 when she had Jesus, right? She got married to Joseph, right?
Yeah.
Cool. What would you think about that? Just think about it.
I've already got my
saying
answer.
I think it's wrong.
I don't have to think so hard.
You think that's wrong?
I already got my
Yeah.
answer. I'm saying that there was different culture back then.
So your Lord and Savior came from.
I'm saying, hey, hello. I'm saying it was a different culture back then.
Listen to me, yeah.
I'm saying it was a different culture
I've heard
back then.
throughout the years of the ages,
I like that even.
the ages of prophets and women they've been
Can't get
with,
me.
and I've always thought it was wrong in my mind. No one can convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm not. The thing is, I'm not.
That's
trying
it.
To, no,
No one
Yusuf,
can convince me otherwise.
I'm not trying to convince you otherwise.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. How is it that
You think I want to boycott Jesus?
But you obviously see Jesus' parents in a particular light. Does this change for you now?
No, it doesn't. Because she brought me my savior. So,
The foundation was shaky.
that
but the end was-
not that foundation to me.
It's all right. It's hypothetical. Hypothetical, right? I don't want you to tell me that you think Jesus came from Mary.
A 13-year-old.
I think you need to do your biblical studies.
So wait.
Biblical studies.
What are you saying?
I'm saying.
But Joseph didn't have sex with Mary.
What
Are
do you
you
say?
aware of that?
That's fine. But remember,
But
they had sex
I'm
afterwards.
asking him what
They
he
had
was
kids
saying.
afterwards.
That's granted.
Yeah.
But
You asked her about Jesus.
But yeah,
I
you-
understand. And I was
No,
about
no.
to get onto Muhammad
No, no,
and
no, but no,
Just
because
Jesus, please.
Yeah,
One second. If y'all don't think Joseph is Jesus' dad, y'all need to grow up.
no.
Wait.
Wait, what'd you say?
Is this what you're saying?
What did you say?
Emmanuel, is this what you're
If you
saying?
don't think Joseph is Jesus' dad, you need to grow up.
If
I
y'all
told you
don't
couldn't
think,
Alright.
if y'all don't think Joseph
Right.
is Jesus' dad, you need to grow the fuck up. Because how else
All right.
did that baby boy get here?
All right.
Let's get on to
Anyway, I
the
will
next
tell
topic.
you, my Lord and Savior did not.
Hold on. Do
My-
you not believe in what you're saying, or do you believe that
That what?
story? That Jesus.
No, I believe it's.
Well, what do you
Conception.
believe?
Sorry, Immaculate Conception.
Yeah, I believe.
What do you believe? Because Jesus exists in your book. He's a prophet. He's a real person. So who do you think his dad was?
Yeah, he exists, but doesn't exist in the same way.
Is
So-
that no? That's see.
No,
you're
you
missing-
asked me questions. Answer
What?
your
You're missing it. And
No,
they
it's
don't.
not.
We don't need.
In
We don't
Islam,
need to exist in the same way.
Is a prophet called Isa. His story is like in Islam isn't the same as
He's
in
not
Christianity.
So you hear what we're saying?
He's
We
not
know
just in
his-
the Bible as
we
it
know-
exists in the Quran. Is what he's saying to you.
We know his name, not his story. That's not the point. That is not the point. It is not, because if you talk to people, in the Quran, they will tell you, Jesus is a real person. You have got
But
it
he
mixed
said
up.
that, though.
That's what I said.
Exactly. So the point I'm making is,
Margs, you're not gonna confuse us here.
who's his dad?
He's
Who? Isa. I don't know who his dad is.
because
Actually.
it's
It'd be the same. If it's the same man, it's Joseph.
Okay, fair enough.
If that's your opinion.
I watch this here again. Watch this here. Just a quick document. From the age at which Jewish maidens became marriageable, it is possible that Mary gave birth to her son when she was about 13 or 14 years of age. No historical document tells us how old she was actually at the time of the nativity, right? I'm just saying that because a lot of scholars believe that. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying scholars do.
Okay.
Does that change how we think? And again, like I was saying, Muhammad and Aisha, if I'm not mistaken, married her when she was 9, right?
Yeah.
6
And
or
you're
9.
asking me because I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
Do I?
Because
look
these are our faith.
at,
You know what I'm saying?
do I look at that? Do I look at that in a wayward way?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
And you still do. Cool.
I still do. 9 years old. I can't, denounce what I believe is morally wrong just because it's in religion. I'm sorry.
I also think Emmanuel agrees that it's wayward.
Oh, 100%. But I'm just trying to say, why is it that we kind of see certain things? Why is it, okay, we
For
belong
one, the
to...
culture is different though.
I find it
people
hard.
say that,
I
but-
find it hard to continue this conversation if you also agree the same thing as me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Because you're trying to catch us out.
No,
we-
I can't.
catch-
He
catch-
You
agrees
can't
with me.
exactly.
He agrees with me.
Catch-
I don't
catch
know
what-
what we're
what
doing
though?
here. No, I didn't say catch me out. She did.
I did.
I said if you agree with me, I don't know what
Shit,
I'm
my
doing.
game.
You agree with me? I agree with you that, it's wayward, right?
Yes. So what we do?
No, I'm basically trying to say,
What he was, I think he was trying to use that point to say is, obviously, why is it all right Like people are just picking and choosing when it's all right.
It wasn't
Because
right
it-
back then.
because
it isn't right now.
It was all right back then.
and because the
No,
local
it
perverts.
happened back
Yeah,
then.
it
It
don't-
can
yeah.
also
Salvation.
It
happen
happened.
now.
It don't make it right.
No, they was fine with it back then. It was all right back then. That's what
They
that's
didn't
what
know
I'm
better.
saying.
And let them be fine with it.
They didn't know
But are we
better.
fine with it now? Are you fine with it?
No,
Yeah.
it's not that.
There you
I told
go.
you just the other day I'm having a conversation with aunties and hairdressers,
Yeah.
and they don't think it's rape when a husband rapes a wife
Yeah,
because
but
you're married.
Yeah, but
So of course back then they didn't know
better.
better. Of course they didn't know better. If they knew better, they probably would have
The
done
thing
better.
is, E-man,
They didn't know
I don't
better.
understand what you're even fighting for, because when I asked you a simple
What are you
question,
fighting for?
you said no.
Yeah, that's what I
about
said.
your
I
daughter.
don't know
So
what I'm doing.
what are you fighting for? Are you fighting for the right to men to be with whatever women they want at a certain age? What are you fighting for?
No, not at all. I believe basically, without rules in society,
Mm.
there's going to be lawlessness, and that's a problem. I believe in rules. We need rules as
Okay,
human beings.
yeah.
We need order, 100%. But I'm trying to get to the root of the thinking behind it. Why did we just think something and just go with it?
But what do you think
This is why I brought the whole religion thing. We base our whole life and our thinking on a particular faith. And yet you hear in the faith, it comes from people who do a particular thing.
So what do you believe
Why is that
in then? I
okay?
don't understand what you believe in then. Do you believe it's right or wrong
It's
to
not,
leave?
I'm not saying that I know the right thing or I believe
No, but
the
I'm
right
asking
thing.
you.
I'm asking the question.
And I'm asking you now.
Okay, what's the question?
Do you believe it's right
Yes.
for a man of 27 years old to
Yes.
be with a girl at 16 years old?
No, I wouldn't approve of it. But if, like Marx is saying,
Yeah,
that relationship got to 50
yeah.
and she's 41 or whatever it
Yeah.
was, who am I to say this is a bad relationship? I don't believe she was groomed from 16 all the way to 40.
So
No,
okay, so
no,
wait. So what? So why then?
You don't
okay,
get the point.
Forget it getting to 50 and 40, right?
Okay.
Why don't you believe in it at the 16 and 27 stage?
Because I still would want it to expect that, she can grow up, she can do certain things, etc., etc.
But in your mind, what has to happen for it to be defined in your mind as grooming and not just, you know what I mean? Like,
Let
make
me
it
say
make
this
sense
to
me.
kind of clear it up. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if a man gets with her at 16,
Yeah.
I'm not, and I now see him at 51, she's 40. I can't believe, right? Or I find it very hard to believe that from 16 to 40,
No, that's not the point.
Wait,
The
wait.
grooming
Let me
has
just explain.
already taken place at a certain age. It's not grooming
when I
from 16 to
say-
50.
The
man.
scenario is because of the end product. So if he done something like met her when she was 16, yeah, and then by the time she was 20, she had two
Listen,
youths, but he weren't with her, and he was with another 18-year-old.
guys.
Then that speaks to
If
his
you-
intentions
if you
and his
get a
mindset and what
girl
this man's
at
on, innit?
16 and you groom her, right? At a certain time,
Mhm.
your job is done. You've groomed her. You've got her now. So it's not constant grooming every step of the
Yes.
way. You've already done the grooming
And
and,
that's basically
it's
what I'm getting
been
to.
cemented.
And that's
Now
basically what I'm
she's
getting to.
yours based on the grooming that you've done.
and that's what I'm getting to. I find it hard to believe, right, that every moment of the day from 16 to 40.
That's not what we're saying. Have we ever said that?
I haven't even said what I'm saying yet, Yusuf.
No,
Listen.
but I'm go on.
From 16 to 40, I'm basically saying that at no point along 16 to 40, she thinks for herself. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm saying that something would have come along the way for me to believe, yeah, that basically that entire journey is not purely grooming. You see what I'm saying? Because basically what we're saying is we're talking to a 40-year-old who can't think for herself.
No,
Entire-
man. You're
Hey,
conflating it. She has
Conditioning, man.
obviously
Come on.
she has a. You know what?
She sees the
You're
world
an
differently
intelligent
once it
person
is.
right now.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
making
I
me
don't know
go
what you're doing, man.
crazy in
I
my
don't know what
mind,
you're doing.
bruv. I can't even bother to even try to convey it anymore. you're moving crazy.
Can I just say as well, though, I
Jesus,
just want
bruv.
to clarify that I wasn't saying it was okay back then, by the way. Because I think people in the comments before I've said I was saying that it was
Yeah,
okay
you didn't
in
say
jizz
that.
and jizz and
Like,
them
man,
time.
you know how the
Absolutely not.
brain works, bruv.
I know, but
Like,
basically,
You know how the
Maybe
you know how-
He
you know how-
looks so
maybe you're not-
disappointed.
No, but you know, this
no,
is
but
coming from this guy.
no. The thing is, maybe you're not getting what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I'm basically saying what Margs was saying earlier about the whole thing about why is it, at 51 and 40,
Co-sign that?
you can see it in a particular way, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear this particular early stage thing,
E-man,
and
E-man.
automatically it's a negative.
do you know,
thing.
yeah, there's so many different
Automatically.
facets of life, right? I've got
Mhm.
trauma that existed since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But guess what? I've still been able to live life and make certain decisions about certain things. But
Yeah.
guess what?
Mhm.
That trauma about that thing still exists and it
Yeah.
still controlled my narrative in certain aspects of life.
Mm.
So what are you talking about? He can trap her in one bit. Yeah, she can still decide what school she wants to go to and what shoes she wants to wear. But in regards to this nuance between those two, she's been groomed, bro.
Okay. Watch this. Makes perfect sense. To you, again, obviously the conversation keeps going, yeah. But last thing, at what age would you say it's okay?
For what?
That 11-year gap.
She has to be in her 20s.
Has to be in her
It's
20s.
in the 20s.
He has to be in their 20s. But
Okay,
again, obviously,
no.
that's not even a universal thing.
Listen, no
Because I
girl
think
should
just
have
because-
teen in her age, bruv.
Yeah, and I think also just because, like, you know, I just think just because you see the outcome today,
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's problematic.
Yeah.
It hasn't. The foundation is not just problematic,
Mhm.
but it's still problematic for whoever it is that has less power in the situation. So she
Yeah.
might be a great mother and have children and grandchildren, wherever it is,
Mhm.
but we don't know what
Yeah.
her struggles still are as a
Yeah,
result of the fact that she was got so early,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. I hear you. Again, just to reiterate, in case people, don't
Yeah.
comprehend properly. I'm not agreeing with it, but I'm just asking the question, why do we see it in this particular way?
It's wrong.
Yeah, I'm not advocating for it. I don't
At
care.
all.
I'm just saying I don't really get involved in people's business. I don't really care
Yeah.
about age groups. If someone's doing something like that and it's that way inclined, then obviously that's a problem.
Mhm.
That's bad anyway. But I'm not here to mix up with these people and the debate. Like if the sick don't care, the doctor can't care. Enough of these young get outside getting exactly what they want, and they want these old man. These people sometimes is saying like group, it's not done. It's not just a one way thing. It's not necessarily just seen like that. So I don't really give a shit. I don't really mix up. I'm not horrified or vilified by it. And like I said, if there was things that took place that could see that it was all fucked up and the man was manipulating again, then that's cool. But in that scenario that I gave you, if I've seen 30 years of this working, I don't need to go back and think to what mindset and think. I could just see what is and what's happened and think like this is all right. This ain't nothing to do with me. Everybody's fine. Everybody's cool. I don't give a shit.
In conclusion, just wait for people to be grown. If you're meant to be together, you will be together, but she'll be in her 20s and there'll be less flack. Really and truly. But
You should be able to wait. You get me?
exactly. If you really believe that's the love of your life and you're dying for it like that,
Yeah, you should be able to wait.
go off, King, and you keep building your life. Let her do what she's doing. And if you're really meant to be together, you come back around when she's 27. It will happen because it's meant to be the whole time.
Even that's wrong.
Mm.
What?
Seeing someone and being, I'm going to spin the block. Why are you
Oh
seeing
no,
her
it
like-
actually is. I'm not saying be waiting.
Bro,
and
you
lurking
can't
like
win.
a-
So what do you want man to do?
No,
Go for someone your
live
age.
life. Live
You
life.
spun the block on her.
Don't
You
spin
just
the-
told him not to do it.
No,
You
No,
just
no,
told-
hey.
No, the issue with me is seeing her
I say
in
spin
the
the block.
first place and seeing her as a sexual conquest or
Huh?
a romantic conquest. I think it's wrong. Whether or not you say, you know what, you're too young, come back later. Why are you looking at her like that
Yeah,
anyway?
yeah.
What do you mean like that? So what if she-
Can I
because
clarify?
you said, okay, one second. Because you said, yeah, like, if a man's doing it to a 19-year-old, he's a thing. If he spins the block and comes back when he's feeling there's something wrong, what do you mean why he's looking at her? She might be 19 and buff.
No, I
Like, what the
think-
fuck are you talking about?
Can I say that I'm not saying? So let me just clarify.
What's man talking about?
Right.
So I'm just saying, you just told him not to do that. So he said, all right, cool, not to do that. And she said, spin back and come back later. And then you said, no, it's still a thing. So what do you want them to do?
Let's stick to the first point. 60 and 27.
I
Right?
weren't doing 6, but we weren't doing
We
6.
know
We
60.
was
That's
off.
what I
No, we
was
was
talking
off.
about.
No, we was off
Now
all
you're
that.
up to age to 19.
Because you just said age groups.
The
You said
19 and
spin.
what?
You said spin the block. No, it doesn't matter because
Remember,
you said
if
no.
you're- if
I said
you-
up to age because you said no girl should have teen in her age.
Okay, cool.
And then you said, so why is a man looking at her like that?
For this sake of argument, we can use teen across the base. Teen across the base. Do I believe a man of a certain age to be looking at women of a certain age? No. So if you're now saying she's 19, how old is the man? Is he 21? Is that wrong? No. How old is the man if she's 19?
Old enough that he had to spin the block for her.
Then it's wrong then. If you have to spin the block, it's wrong. Why are you spinning the block, big man?
Because she, you
No,
say,
no,
why she
no,
looking? What?
If it's not wrong, why are you spinning the block?
What do you mean?
If her age is appropriate, why are you spinning the block?
Remember,
Mark?
these are hypotheticals.
I know it's
This-
hypothetical. What I'm saying is,
she gave the scenario about
if
spinning the block.
her
You said it's
age
still
is
wrong.
right,
Gotta
you
even
wouldn't
put a pin
have
in
to
that.
spin the block, right?
I don't know. You told me if a girl's 19, what's too old? If a girl's 19, what's too old for the guy? You tell me because I don't know.
So if I'll say what's right. If she's 19, if you're 20,
No,
21.
if
What's
she's
the highest?
19, what's too old? What if what's too old?
19.
What's too old? Maybe like even okay, cool. I'll use myself. That's the best way to do it. If I was 25, would I go for a 19-year-old? No. If I was 24, would I go for a 19-year-old? No.
Okay,
If I
cool. So he was
23,
25. He was
would I go for
he
a
was
19-year-old? Probably not.
he was 25.
Maybe if I was 21, 20. That's it for me personally.
Okay, cool. So he was
There you go.
25, or even wherever you want. So he was 25, and she was 19, and he left her alone for 2-3 years and came back and dropped her.
Because he knew it was wrong. That's why he
So-
spun the block.
Okay,
Can I say though?
okay.
Can I clarify something?
I'm saying to myself, if you look at a girl,
Yeah.
and you believe you have to spin the block on her, it's because
Then it's
you
wrong
believe
anyway.
she's too wrong, so it's wrong.
Yeah.
Mm.
No? Oh, I'll come
No, I
back
get
later.
you.
Why do you have to come back later, big man? Oh, because she's too young.
No, that was just
No shit, Sherlock.
Leave
Leave her alone.
No, that was a scenario that you gave. That's the only
No,
reason why we spun the
can
block.
I
The next
say
man wouldn't
though-
spin it. No, don't care. You gave the
Yeah, if
scenario.
you don't care, then you're a piece of shit. Go true piece of shit.
No, so
Your
we're
thing.
giving you the scenario. But I'm saying, so there's no right way to do it then, basically.
Yes, there is. Be with women of your age. Be with women where the age gap isn't wayward. Be with women who are not kids, who are not... Come on, but what do you mean there's no right way to do it? There's a right way to do it. Be with women of an appropriate age for yourself. That's the right way to do it. Don't go for children, Marks. Don't go for people who are young, manipulative, who don't even know what they want from their life. And you're this big man with all your fucking...
Making them have kids and shit.
Come on, man. What do
So
you-
that's every 19-year-old person on the planet is that. That's what you're describing. Is a kid who don't know themselves, who can be manipulated,
Again,
who don't know
you
nothing,
now
who think.
just trying to save yourself. You're trying to bump up to 19. Yeah, that wasn't the argument.
No, we've moved. We
19
weren't talking.
19 is
there's-
older. Yeah, but okay, cool. Okay, cool.
There's no way he's gonna have that little
I just-
last argument
I
we had,
just-
and you think I'm talking about
I just
16-year-olds
gave
and
you
that,
my
bro.
argument rather than 19-year-old. And it depends on the age of the
Can't
man.
you see how that conversation's going? How I'm trying to
depends-
frame it. You're missing what I'm even trying to say.
Okay,
That
what are you trying to say?
you're actually missing it because you're using what you said. Look, girls got no teen in them. If they got teen, it don't make sense. No man should be looking at a thing like that. You're acting like there are not 19-year-old women that are extremely attractive and buff and rare.
Okay, if we're comparing 19 to 16, obviously a 19-year-old is older, right? So there are differences, but it still depends.
Exactly. So I'm just
on the
asking
age
you. I'm
of
just
the
asking you. The man spun the block, and you said he's still a thing. So I'm asking you,
but
what does he do
give me-
then?
Okay, because you've asked me what age I deem appropriate to make it make more sense. You give me an age of the man. That's looking at a 19-year-old.
30.
I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
And 25 as well.
For me personally, yeah. Some people 25 is a bit more, what's the word? Acceptable.
Yeah.
It comes down to personal preference, right?
Yeah.
But 30, I think it's wrong. If my boy says, "Oh, I've got a girl. How old is she? 19?" I say, "What?" If one of my boys was 25, he goes, "Oh, how was your girl?" And he said 19. I go, that's a bit. Do your thing, but I think that's a bit. So it depends on the age of the man. 25 is obviously, the younger you are, obviously it's more acceptable the younger you are. That's just maths, right? The older you are, in this argument, it's worse.
I grew up in a different generation, I think, or something like that. Because these 19-year-old girls are old enough to do anything that they want. I don't even give a shit. These are big women. They were all filling the Playboy mansion. They were all 19, 20, 21 with fake breasts and living their life.
Even
and
Hugh
all
Hefner,
these,
I think
with
he's
Hugh
the
Hefner and
problem.
his
Alright,
old
cool.
millionaire man.
Last
And
question,
I just think,
Last question.
I just think that
Last
that's
question.
just is what it is.
Would
If this
you-
is what these young girls want to do, then leave them
Margs
do it.
now, at your age, would you be with a 19-year-old?
Say be with. I don't know.
Okay, would you sleep with a 19-year-old?
I don't go nowhere to meet 19-year-olds. I think that's a bit too
Margs.
young.
Okay, cool.
But if
Yeah.
I feel like if I was a millionaire like Roy Buffett and all them man there, I would never be old enough to not sleep with a 19-year-old.
Why?
Because I'll buy them new tits and just do my thing. This is what these man done. It was cool. It's cool for the white man to do it. I can't do it.
It wasn't cool. It was
I don't
super
get-
dramatic.
I don't
That's
get
what they're
what-
closing in
what-
on.
Huh?
I don't get what to do anything.
Hugh Hefner left before we got to before we could knock on that Playboy mansion.
No one
and
ain't
wrap
said
him
nothing
up.
bad about Hugh, you know. Don't diss Hugh.
No. I always thought that was weird. I always, from when I was younger and I saw that show on E after it came out, Kardashians, I always thought that man was a creep.
I can't lie.
It's just life took him before he could get took by the authorities.
He was my idol, so hopefully they take me too.
Can I just say though? Can I just say as well?
Entertainment, guys.
You're living different.
One second, quickly.
And
Just,
also-
no, just before check. One second.
And also-
Hefner ain't got no cases or nothing like that, has he? He's
No.
definitely-
He died.
He's
We
dead.
didn't get a
No, but
chance
But he was
to.
here for
No,
a
he
long time.
would.
He's 90 something.
no, but
He
he's
would've.
so he's cool. As long as he's cool.
He-
If he's cool, I'm with
He is
him.
And
cool
also,
because he's
and
dead.
also, and also,
If
just,
he wasn't dead, his time would have come.
and also, just to reiterate,
Dead ass.
19 is young.
Yeah,
Let's
stupid
just
young.
keep it.
100%.
19 is young. Listen,
That's why we'll use them for the purpose of the conversation.
Conversation.
no, but you were trying to boost them up like they're not like
Boost him up.
That's kind of how it felt. 19 is still a kid. And I feel like I kind of let you convince me that it wasn't. No.
No, he knows he doesn't miss anything.
19 is completely and utterly wrong because I'll be talking to my young cousins who are like 23, 22,
Yeah.
talking
Mhm.
about, life, this, life, that. I'm like, you're a baby at 22. You're a baby. So
Yeah.
don't talk to me about no 19-year-old.
Yeah,
no,
no,
they are
facts.
children, bro.
100%.
I still
No,
want to clarify. When I said if life brings you back together, I was definitely not advocating for spinning the block. Don't spin anything. I said go forth and live your life. If you guys cross paths on a random day without you actually intending to cross paths, that's cool. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's not gonna be on my name.
And the real thing about age gaps is everybody just likes to do it online and chat shit about these things. The truth is nobody cares and everybody's doing what they're doing.
Nah, people care.
And
Me
whoever
and
older
Yusuf
gal is,
strong,
is your gal.
strongly care.
No, yeah, that's matters. When I say matters, when I say nobody cares, I mean it's not going to affect your life. So you care and you don't do all that. It's not going to affect it. Anybody who it's not going to affect their life. Like you do what you're doing. Everybody's just going to do what they're doing, and and everybody will be all right. Like it's not gonna change anything. It's not really gonna matter. It doesn't really matter what we think or what we say.
And also, just to reiterate, because obviously, people don't understand certain things. No one here is saying 16 or even 19 is okay when people are at certain ages.
No, you had to reiterate that because you guys are fighting hard. So I'm glad
Yeah,
you
to be
reiterated
fair-
that.
because that's how you have proper conversation.
No,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to basically stand up and argue with somebody if it is that they don't believe in what they're arguing. Do you
No,
understand?
but
So
But they was arguing like this.
when you propose certain
Yeah.
arguments, right? Certain ideals I should basically, consider.
Uh-huh.
In my head, you are asking me to
Do something you don't even believe.
No, but what did they do
It's hard.
in debate clubs?
Yeah,
Pick an argument, pick a side,
And
and,
it-
just do it.
and this is what you gotta do. This is how you debate
No,
it.
but now you're trying to do this whole I was just arguing to argue's sake.
No, not
No,
necessarily.
no,
There's-
I actually believe.
No,
that
but
27
man,
is
they-
even 16.
No, because
Then-
when
then-
I
asked me about
when-
my
but
own
when-
daughter as well.
Yeah, but when I presented some ages to you, were like, really? Like,
look.
What? And they're underage?
Emmanuel,
no, not
it's
obviously not
underage.
underage.
It's
No, of
hard.
course
It's
not.
hard because
But the
can you-
gaps.
Can you remember when both you and Margs were basically telling me about children and the son and this and X, and you were flinging so many different things my way
Call
Yeah,
back.
to get me to understand.
Yeah.
You guys were fighting that particular corner.
Yeah.
It showed. This also showed.
No, but we got kids, isn't it? So we're talking about certain things, isn't it?
Spoke about that with the
What?
same passion you spoke about this.
I don't understand. It seemed like the passion was similar.
Yeah, baby, the passion
I-
wasn't similar,
To me-
Brent.
to me,
I
It's the
think,
same.
yeah.
I'm somebody who like.
because I think everything can get lost in translation, yeah. And I think I can articulate myself, yeah, and how I want to frame my argument. And that's why I never started from young. I started from age. I'm not here advocating young relationships and all these things, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just speaking to the mindset of the people and how we see things. And that's why I frame my argument, how we framed it. So I'm saying if I met a couple at 40 and 51 and they explained to me their relationship and as they explained it to me, I was extremely impressed with their relationship and thought this was something good, yeah. If they then told me that he met them at 16 and 17, yeah, it's a little firewood, but I'm still going to judge that couple how I met them and think that's a good couple. And I just wanted to check the mindset of why you don't think, or now you know that, now you think it's bad when you just seconds ago thought it was good. And that's the conversation that I'm having. So everything else that came up and came around the conversation can get lost and get pulled on and we're doing all that. But that's what I was
Because you don't
getting at and that's what I got said. So I'm happy. I don't mind. So anything that got lost, but that's what I was framing and that's what it is. So I'm cool.
But you don't
with
know
how-
what's
all the messy stuff.
transpired
Because the
mentally
real shit
for her to get
is
to that
here.
place.
And people can see it.
Yeah.
It's on camera.
Yeah.
That's the word, Yusuf.
What I'm saying is you don't know what's transpired mentally for her to be the place she is now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you've seen the end goal in 40 years' time, but what's going on inside here? What happened back in the day? How did she get to this space?
Yeah.
The trauma that's even still with
like
her.
just because he hasn't cheated or he hasn't done anything,
Which is
it doesn't mean that at inception his intentions were right. Just because the end goal was like, it doesn't.
and you're not even wrong, but I'm just saying it goes to speak to what we're talking about. We're not advocating young relationships. We're talking about the mindset of age gaps and why
Exactly.
they and the impact that it has on people or the
Mm.
do you get what I'm trying to say? The stigmas
Yeah.
Yeah.
behind it. That's what we're speaking to.
Yeah.
It's not about advocating
Yes.
for young people and to be able to. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the mindset of age gaps, isn't it? Because when you get in it early and you look at it, you're going to question it, innit? I gave you an example where you've seen it play out and it's fine, but
Exactly.
do you see?
Yeah, again, I feel as though I hear you. I mean, you're looking to make sure that we are firm in what we believe in. So you interrogated. We also interrogated you.
Mhm.
But where do you stand?
But we made that clear.
And that's no.
You haven't really made it
that's,
clear.
That's why I
What?
said
Mm.
it was difficult. It was difficult.
Difficult.
Especially when you started talking about Jesus. You started talking about
Yeah.
Jesus. Just
No,
like
those-
so
those-
for me,
So stuff like that.
you
You
lost your
can't
way.
tell me that you're
I
just.
thought
For me, you
I
lost
thought-
your way.
I thought you used those examples to back up that.
Giving it
you
your
know
all.
what?
saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
If they can do it, who are we to say it's wrong? That's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah.
I'm no, not at all. I'm just basically saying, why is it that we can see things in a particular light? You know what I'm saying? Like Mark said, at this point, and later change it at this point. Why is it we can live our lives according to this particular faith at this point and change it at this point when we hear certain things? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I
We live in
still-
different
I
times.
still-
We live in different times, right? We live in different times.
More knowledge now.
All right, cool. Anyway, like Mark said, innit? I'm pretty sure everyone here understands. We don't agree with that bollocks. It's just a questioning.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, the weighted voting system, I believe it's better for you to know something and be informed about something.
Yeah.
I don't believe in just following something. Why do we think the way we think? That's all.
It's interesting though, because really and truly, even men who go for younger girls, they should sit down and literally think that. Why do you go for
Facts,
younger girls?
though.
But a lot of them will be like, oh,
100%.
exactly, we get it wrong.
Would you guys
Stupid
ever look to
Yes.
take the side of the debate where you're trying to make us understand the mindset of a pedophile?
No.
Why not? It's just debate.
No, but if you were actually in a debate club and you were in the actual like university or something for that,
You'd
and they
have to.
asked you, yeah,
So you would, right?
So you would.
You would, right?
if I'm in the classroom,
No, I wouldn't.
I'll fight.
Ah.
I
Is this
think
where you
it's
tap out?
disgusting. I think
Is
it's
this where you tap
disgusting.
out?
I think
All right,
you're
cool,
trying to
cool.
make this
I would
seem like
fail,
this is just
basically.
this is
I'll
just
jab.
exercise.
Marx
would
has
fail.
left. Marx has left Emmanuel.
No.
On the ledge.
Look, if I see it,
Marx's left chat.
if I see it, I'll be like,
The group chat, you're the admin.
I say,
You're the only person
I say
in
we gotta
there.
swap sides. We
Yeah,
gotta swap. One of us
exactly.
has, I need to swap with one of them. I'm not
because
doing
you can't,
And one of us are not stopping.
I can't physically think like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is different to me. It's just me asking, why do we see life in a particular way? I don't think there's anything wrong with asking questions. Why do we see things?
The way I think is proper fucked up, yeah. So, like I said, when people are doing things untowards, yeah, I think it should be called out. You get what I'm trying to say?
100%.
But I just don't think just the general, just the sign of the age gap, the proof of the age gap is proof of some kind of untoward stuff. I don't think that. And that's what I'm saying. I don't care when people do what they do. I'm not just gonna vilify you or just want to start picking or think, oh yeah, you're grooming or you're manipulating or you're whatever. Nah, maybe they just fuck with each other. You know what I'm trying to say? That bullshit needs to get called out when you see it. Call it out. You get me? So I'm just indifferent to whatever. Like just whatever people are gonna do, like let them do that. I don't care because people like what they like. It's not our business to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like, so I'm just like whatever, man.
I mean, we've said bare times on the show about how we feel about pedos.
Yeah.
100%. You lot heard me talk about capital punishment, killing
Oh,
these
yeah.
people. 100%. But again, anyway, we're done, innit?
All right, so work on joke, pig's heart.
Oh, that was
Can you imagine?
That's what we started
Can
from.
you imagine?
How did
Pig's
it-
heart
Talk about pig heart.
duplicating human life.
And we got here.
Can you
And we
imagine?
got here.
How?
It went left.
It went, Eman did what he does best, took a left.
I'm sure
These are always
I'm sure it
doing
wasn't
this
my
shit.
pick
I
up.
promise you, we've been in work a joke.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've only got one more headline left.
Yeah, let's.
And I'm looking at that headline like, damn, are we ever going to reach you, babes? All right. You guys know a daily segment. Every day we have not Brent. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to say that anyway. But we have a daily segment and you guys can get involved. We do asking for a friend. Sis, what would you do? You can send in messages and text and all that kind of stuff to 075-6484-1073 or email tdsubmissions@thenewblack.com. Let us know what segment it's for. Yeah, let's get into our last final headline.
I think Marcus' hiccups is gone as well.
Oh!
Oh yeah, shit.
It's a miracle.
Wait, should I just go in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You shouldn't have made me
Alright.
think about that now because they might come.
Oh, yeah.
If I hear hiccup,
Okay, so
bring
the,
up the age
fin-
gap. We'll go
the
again.
final headline is basically a rest in peace to a man called Roy Hackett, a legendary civil rights campaigner who was described as a humble freedom fighter. He played an instrumental role in one of the most powerful, organized resistant movements against racial discrimination in 20th century Britain. He was one of the organizers of the Bristol bus boycott. That was a successful campaign to overturn a ban by a Bristol omnibus company on employing Black and Asian drivers and conductors. He was also instrumental in setting up St. Paul's Carnival in Bristol. Him and his companions did not achieve their goals and end that form of segregation by simply just wishing and hoping certain things, will fall into place. They organized sit-ins, pickets, galvanized crowds, and publicized their stories. It was done in the spirit of non-violence that inspired Dr. Martin Luther King's journey. They constantly sought the support of people from all backgrounds. He was a fierce leader. Roy Hackett embodied the spirit of radical resilience and hope. His story needs to be widely known and taught to current and future generations. That last bit was done by somebody called Olivette Otele. She's one of the top people in Southwest University.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man, just wanted to mention her as well. But yeah, rest in peace to Mr. Roy Hackett.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Rip. All right, done out here.
Who's the recipient of Done Out Here today? Quickly, this story's been going for the last couple of days because obviously we reported on it as well, innit?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, the Wagga for Christie case. Rebekah Vardy lost. What an idiot.
Quite
But she's
embarrassing.
still out here. She's still saying she's gonna lie till she's blue in the face. I think that's a quote. She said, "No, listen, I'm gonna keep saying this till I'm blue in the face. It wasn't me. I didn't do it." She's got an interview coming out, and I just don't really like the look of her face. She looks like a liar. You get me? And you know what it is? You're ruining Vardy's reputation, man. Like, we like Jamie, man. Like, he come up humble beginnings. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, he come from nothing. He's like, when we think of Vardy, we think of hard work, grind, that Hollywood success story. My man's got the record for most consecutive goals in the league and all that. He won a Prem with Leicester. He's done big things. Just popped up out of nowhere. And you're just tarnishing his thing with all this bad mind stuff. And then you're going after Wayne Rooney. You get me? By proxy. And we love Wayne. You can't diss Wayne. You know what I'm trying to say? That you gotta pick your battles. Like, Rebecca's a nutter. I think she's gonna try and appeal it or something. I don't know what, because she's saying, like, basically she's just saying she can't believe the judge says this. But you see that the way the judge, like, broke her down, yeah? Like, he's just saying, like, significant parts of your evidence here were not credible. Like they're saying, like, basically, like, what's the word? Implausible, evasive, or implausible. You get what I'm trying to say? This evidence is no good, yeah? The judge said, like, the stuff that she's saying is basically nonsense. You get me?
Yep.
Colleen Rooney has come in with strong, reliable evidence. You know what I'm trying to say? That sources, receipts. The judge is saying that you're basically a liar. Listen, you need to understand. This has gone through court. They've run through all evidence, all information, texts, everything. The judge has deemed that this woman is a liar, and the stuff that she's saying is nonsense. Yeah, like, it's not credible stuff. It's literally stuff that is manifesting, picking out of the sky, crap. Yeah, this is what the judge has said. And she's come out. That's the ruling. And she's come out. And she is adamant, yeah, that she is not lying. And my man's wrong. What is wrong with people? What's wrong with people?
I think, do you know what it is? No, we do need to get into that. Like, we need the sciences behind that, the psychology behind that. Because if you're caught in a lie, why do you just keep going?
Like, she's sick.
Fade away.
Bro, she's got to pay court fees, yeah? That's upwards of upwards of 2 million, between 2 million and 3 million. She's got to pay her court fees. She's got to pay Colleen's court fees, yeah?
Crap.
Yeah. She ain't got no money. Yeah.
Don't Jamie?
Yeah, Vardy's got all the money. So Vardy's got to pay. You see what I'm trying to say? Because Jamie's got to pay 3 million, yeah? I've looked at their combined net worth, yeah? It's 12 million. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm guessing Jamie's is like 12.9999 million of that. 3 million.
She's got pounds.
He's got to give up a quarter of his whole net worth.
That's if it's
for this foolishness.
Imagine.
It's mad.
Do you know that 4 times is 12, right? I mean, 4 times. It's 12, right? Yeah, I'm just checking. That's a quarter of man's whole earnings he's got to give up because his gal is an idiot.
Well,
this is grounds for divorce.
Can't he say that? Like, can't he? Because he's supporting her, though.
It's ridiculous.
Can't he just be like, listen,
you pay.
stop this. She ain't got no money to pay. She'll pawn the house. She ain't got no money. Just stop this.
They might have to pawn the yard. They've got a yard, little holiday home that's worth 2 million.
Oh.
Yeah, it's worth 2 million. I
If
think
they
it's
have
got
kids,
like,
they need to, he needs to get the kids to bully
I think
her.
it's got like 3 bathrooms and thing.
Wow.
Oh, listen, look, the property has 3 pools, a gym, a steam room, 6 bedrooms. It's thought to be in the region of £2 million. It's available for rent of 30 grand a week. They got to get rid of it.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of that.
They got to get rid of it, man. Luxury villa in Portugal. The game is vicious, man. I'm telling you. Listen, you man there, man. Control your holes.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Shit, how do we get there? I'm
We're
gone.
live.
Sorry. That's the accent. I'm gone, man. Rebekah Vardy, you're done at Air. Let's get into the outro.
This show, yeah, flipping iconic. Honestly, I just can't. But shout out to everyone who's tuned in, who's been watching us live record this. One day we will actually stick to a time that's in the sheets.
Yeah.
We're incapable. This is probably 4 hours today. This has to be 4 hours today.
Wait, what's the time on this?
It's like 3.
Yeah.
3. Yeah, okay. But yeah, thank you guys as always. You guys presented good shows. The people that wanted to down a hill that they shouldn't have been down. Well done. You did that. Yeah, and you guys can always follow us as well on our social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe. Definitely subscribe. And follow us on all our social media platforms. Like, comment, share our videos. We're at The Day After TNB on all social platforms. If you would like to send voice notes in, text messages, or call in when we're recording, 075 6484 1073. Any shout outs in the comments?
Yeah. Laura, just
Big
letting
up Laura.
everybody know. Her boss apologized
Oh,
for
nice.
firing her
Mm.
and gave her a promotion.
She's lying.
For real?
Laura's
Wait, are you-
trolling
what's
us.
going on?
She's lying.
She got a promotion.
What she said
Really?
was she got another job. That's why she quit the job.
Oh, big up Laura. We love that. Black. Oh, actually, I know she's black.
She's black.
Excellent. She's black.
Yeah, she's black.
That's what
Big up
Yeah,
Laura.
shout out to Laura. Shout out to Nicole Williams, Uchenna, Ebony Onyx. It's the usuals, isn't it?
It's the usual.
Mad
Love it.
4K,
I absolutely love it.
364 Tiddy. I mean, Indigo Van,
Next TNB event, I'm gonna champion for you guys to get tickets to it.
Yeah, man.
JB. It's all the usuals that have been with us this whole week, this whole time we've
Because
been
we got
alive,
DJ
really.
Blackstar.
Shout
as
out
well.
Rappo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Amy.
big up Rappo.
Yes, big up,
Oh,
Rob.
Rappo's on it.
SLM,
Okay.
Yeah.
86, JB, Indigo, Ebony,
D Waltz,
Bathroom Diaries.
Okay.
You know, you guys are doing your stuff.
Yeah,
Andrew
man.
Archibald,
We appreciate the support.
We
Yeah.
appreciate
SLM
it.
86. Yeah, man.
Absolutely love it.
Andrew.
All
Yeah.
right, lovely. Well, this is the end. We've come to the end of the show. If you would like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, you can email our team the day after at thenewblack.com. Black is spelled with an X. Don't move to younger girls. Have a great day.